And what an effort by Lorenzo Williams. And of those 19 rebounds, 12 of them were offensive rebounds. That ties a Dallas Maverick record, held by 5 other guys. So Williams continues to improve. 3 out of the last 4 games, he has had 15 or more rebounds. And keep this in mind, offensively, Lorenzo Williams starting to catch the ball and finish a little better. Good example, last night he gets 10 shots from the field. He converts 7 of them. What an improvement this guy's made throughout the year.
And remember, he had a 19-point game last week. Now, normally when Williams checks in here to the Summit, he's going to have to deal with one of the top players in league history. That won't be the case tonight. It was expected that Hakeem Olajuwon would be back, but he and Drexler are still out.
Well, both of Olajuwon and Maxwell are out as a result of iron deficiency anemia. All Houston loses in Olajuwon is the 2nd best scorer in the league, the 2nd best shot blocker, the 5th best rebounder, and the guy that ranks 9th in steals. In Vernon Maxwell, they lose a guy that paces their ball club in 3-point shooting. He has taken more 3-point shots, even though he's missed 17 games. And maybe what they miss more than anything with those 2 guys out is their defensive presence. Olajuwon, such a great shot blocker, a guy that's so very active at both ends of the floor. He looks awfully healthy to me, but I'm glad he doesn't have that uniform on tonight. And Maxwell, not unlike Olajuwon, a great defensive player, Jim.
So the Mavericks, who ran up against a shorthanded team last night and lost, will try to reverse that tonight against Houston. Now, the Mavericks are a bit shorthanded because Lucius Harris won't be able to go, and thus our Pontiac key matchup.
Now, Lou Harris turned that ankle slightly last night. He cannot play tonight. George McLeod will start at the 2-guard position, and believe me, the task will be tough for him. Clyde Drexler, the NBA Player of the Week. You see his very impressive numbers. Drexler, a 12-year veteran, an 8-time All-Star. McLeod is familiar with his game, though. Drexler will make McLeod run the floor. Drexler really gets out and runs well, and of course, we know how well he can shoot the perimeter shot. But don't underestimate McLeod. He's a smart player, a physical player, and a guy that has, I think, found a home in Dallas. Let's hope so anyway.
And to add something to Clyde Drexler, with Olajuwon out, Drexler has really taken over the leadership role on this team. The Rockets are coming off a 4-game road trip in which they won 2. The last one, Drexler hit the game winner at the buzzer from 30 feet to beat Denver. So the stage is set here in the Summit tonight. The Mavericks and the Rockets coming next.
Bud Light Amateur Beach Challenge. They're lean. They're mean.
Ooh, they're killing us. Yeah! How about 2 out of 3? I got it!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
What's wrong with her?
Make it a Bud Light.
Man, that's Grant Hill. Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
If you want to make it to the NBA, practice. If you want a refreshing drink, obey your thirst. Sprite.
Play the under the cap game, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning another Sprite. You can also win cool NBA stuff. Not too useful if you're thirsty. Handy if you plan on leaving the house.
Capacity crowd ready to look on to this one as the Houston Rockets come home off their 4-game road trip with a 44-31 record. Rudy T's club on the home court here in the Summit. They've won 22 and lost 14. All things considered, the Rockets, even though they are going to finish out of the home court advantage in the playoff chase, will be sitting at that 6th spot and in all likelihood will play either Phoenix or Utah. 2 teams that Houston plays very well. And of course, Olajuwon should be back by then. Vernon Maxwell should be back by then. And hopefully from a Houston standpoint, they will be at full strength. Well, speaking of NBA news, who's hot in this league these days? No one hotter than the San Antonio Spurs and David Robinson. There's an MVP candidate for you.
He gets my vote, Jim. I'll tell you that. 15 straight wins, and everybody, of course, is talking about the fact that it's all happening without Dennis Rodman.
And there's another MVP candidate for you over in the East. Shaquille O'Neal And the Orlando Magic, they have ridden the strength of the best home record at 36-2 to a 54-21 mark overall. And that would give them the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and Shaq averaging 29.5 points a game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight for the visiting Dallas Mavericks. Jason Kidd starting at the point guard spot, and there's the change. George McLeod getting a start at the 2 position. Mashburn and Jones are the forwards, and Lorenzo Williams, coming off his 19 rebound performance last night, starting at center. As for the home-standing Houston Rockets, they will have Kenny Smith at 1 guard position, Clyde Drexler at the other, Chucky Brown starting at 1 forward spot, Robert Horry at the other, and Pete Chilcutt coming in tonight after a career game against Denver the other day. Chilcutt scored 25 points in the Rockets win at Denver.
And we've got 2 starters in this ball game tonight that started the year in the CBA. Chucky Brown with Houston started in the CBA, a very athletic type player, and George McLeod for the Dallas Mavericks. That happens frequently. You see that probably 4, 5, 6 times a year, which tells you just how important it is for a guy to maintain that persistence and stay after his career.
The Rockets being introduced to this crowd here on the Summit. Houston has won 3 of the 4 games played with the Mavericks.
You know, Jim, it was really confusing today. You pick up 2 different newspapers, and one said that Olajuwon and Maxwell were going to play. The other one said they were not going to play. Mavericks didn't really know what to expect.
When it was first diagnosed that Olajuwon and Maxwell had the iron deficiency anemia, the target date for their return was this game. The Rockets, who are 9th in the league in scoring at 102.9 and 6th in field goal percentage at 482. And a tough year for Vernon Maxwell. He had that 10-game suspension, you'll recall, earlier back in February. And now he's missed the last 4 or 5 games with this bout of iron deficiency anemia. Dick Motta's Mavericks perhaps had an opportunity slip by them last night, and that hasn't happened very often to this team this year. When they have had a game that they should win and could, usually they go out and get that one.
Yeah, I think Dick was disappointed. I know the Maverick fans were disappointed, but let's keep this in mind. We're still talking about a ball club that's 20 games ahead of where they were a year ago, a ball club that's always bounced back. I don't think what happened last night is at all indicative of this Maverick team. But, folks, when you play 82 in a short period of time, sometimes that's going to happen.
Jamal Mashburn averaging 24.2 per contest. Ready to lace them up here and go against the Rockets tonight.
He appeared to me to be very loose in the warm-up. Very relaxed, very comfortable. Let's see if that results in anything as far as Mashburn's game.
And you see the officials assigned by the NBA, Jack Neese, Ted Bernhardt, and Jim Kinsey working the game. Mavericks controlling the tip. Mashburn guarded by Horry. Horry has had a number of ailments this year, but he's starting tonight. Here's Mashburn off that lean-in shot, and the rebound tipped around and controlled by Chilcutt.
And there's a guy that has been playing very well for the Rockets. They think it's really going to help when the starters come back and Chilcutt comes off the bench.
Chucky Brown, a pitch out for Horry, who misses the 3, and Popeye Jones the rebound. Jason Kidd with a throw ahead to McLeod. McLeod off the drive, lost it going in. Clyde Drexler a steal. Kenny Smith advancing. Smith with a bounce pass to Chucky Brown. The shot clock at 14, and just now the Rockets getting into it.
Oh, the Mavericks are going to jump that pick and roll a little bit. We saw that right there.
Chilcutt on the miss. Popeye Jones another rebound. Kidd with a bullet pass on ahead to Mashburn. Mashburn against Horry with a fadeaway move, and the Mavericks have the lead.
I'll get back to that in a minute, folks. On that pick and roll, Houston runs an awful lot of pick and rolls. You must stop that when you play against the Rockets. The Mavericks look like they're going to come out and trap the guy that has the ball.
Inside Drexler and a foul call.
Mavericks foul on number 54.
That's a good cut by Chucky Brown. A good, hard, flat cut. Drexler finds him. That's what you want to do. You see the defense turn and look at the ball. They turn and looked at Drexler, did not know where Brown was, and by the time you turn back, the guy is open, and a good passer like Drexler is, a very good passer out of the post, will find the open man.
Chucky Brown missing the free throw attempt. The game tied at 2. Jason Kidd advancing. Kidd dumps the ball off to Mashburn, and a 3-second violation against the Mavericks. 10:33 remaining in the first, and Houston the ball with a chance in the early lead.
We'll see a lot of spot ups, a lot of pick and rolls. There you're just going to post, a lot of post ups. That's the other thing that they do.
Drexler comes out to Ori. Now it's Smith.
There's your pick and roll.
Kenny Smith comes back out to Ori again. Now it's Drexler off the drive to the hoop. Clyde on the miss. Rebounded Jones. Kidd. Control of it coming up court. It's out of bounds to Houston.
Mavericks having a tough time getting off to a pretty good start here, but so are the Rockets right now.
Mavericks coming into this game 15-20 on the road, and 3 turnovers here early in the first quarter for Dallas. And now the Rockets turn it over as Mashburn ends up with it. Popeye Jones to McLeod. McLeod off the drive, and a foul call on his way to the hoop.
Rockets foul on 25.
Robert Ori with the game's first foul against Houston.
I think initially, because of the start that McLeod had with the Mavericks in terms of shooting the perimeter shot, people got the initial impression that that's the kind of player he was going to be. He can do that, but he can also get to the basket.
McLeod, a good free throw shooter, but misses on the first one. Shoots 86% on the season. A little over 2 minutes have been played so far. McLeod misses both, and Chucky Brown with the rebound.
And that is unusual. George McLeod's a good free throw shooter. Well, the smoke hasn't cleared yet. Maybe that's the problem. They have some fireworks here during the introduction of the home team. They really do. Fireworks, and it's real smoky.
That's some fireworks right there from Drexler. Jason Kidd pressured by Smith. Mashburn draws the double team. McLeod the open jumper. Rebound to Brown. Houston looking to extend on an early lead with 9:15 left in the first.
Now you saw Popeye Jones jump that time.
Pete Chilcutt for 3.
Chilcutt, a very good three-point shooter.
This Houston team has a lot of those. The three-point field goal is a major weapon. Jason Kidd with a 3-try. Chilcutt the rebound. Outlet stolen by Mashburn.
Second nice defensive play by Mashburn.
Jason Kidd behind the back bouncer underneath to Lorenzo Williams. It's knocked out of bounds by Houston. 19 seconds on the shot clock as the Mavericks come in. Mashburn driving on Ori, the runner, gets the bounce. Jamal Mashburn with the first 4 points for the Mavericks tonight.
Mavericks have had a couple of good looks. They've done a pretty good job with their offense, but it all looks like it's not working when the ball doesn't go in the basket. That's not the way you can measure it all the time.
Ori off the drive. Finger roll not there. Kidd the rebound. Up court pass to Mashburn. Deflected out by Kenny Smith.
Jason taking some chances with that basketball here early. Some of those chances, the odds not always in his favor.
Mashburn hits another one.
Didn't he have a great start the last time we were down here that Mavericks played the Rockets?
I think he did. That was 1 month ago to the day, as a matter of fact. Drexler leaves it outside for Smith. Missed on the 3. Drexler the rebound. Again, it's Kenny Smith. This time off the drive and gets an opportunity. Mavericks on a throw-ahead pass and thrown away. Houston the ball with a 3-point lead. Dick Motta's club has turned it over 4 times already.
And that's something that Dick Motta does not appreciate. You want players to be aggressive. You want them to try things. You don't want them to be inhibited.
4 times in a little over 4 minutes. Now the Mavericks come up with a steal. Here's Kidd. George McLeod driving on Drexler. Jason Kidd for three.
Yeah, his rhythm was good. See, he was backing up. You could see his feet were moving. You could feel the rhythm that time when he went in the air. It means so much to a shooter.
And even as poorly as the Mavericks have played so far in this game, they're tied at 9. Drexler for three. Nope. Chucky Brown, the offensive rebound. Now it's Kenny Smith for three. Tip try Drexler and cleared by Jones. Up court, Kidd is stolen by Smith. Smith takes it in on Popeye Jones and draws the foul. Popeye with his second.
That's always a problem. It was a problem last night. We've seen it before where Popeye gets that early second foul and then has to sit down. More and more you're seeing people start to do that to Jason Kidd. They're extending a little bit defensively and trying to jam him on the outlet pass and take it away. That's because they don't want it in his hands. It's a respectful kind of thing is what it is.
Roy Tarpley ready to come on for the Mavericks, and he comes into the lineup. Popeye Jones going out with 2 fouls.
I tell you, they do that a lot, jamming the outlet pass to a guy like John Stockton, so you can appreciate the value of it.
Smith with the 2 free throws, giving the Rockets a 2-point lead. 7 minutes for the first, and Mario Elie getting ready to come on for Houston. Mashburn's pass inside to McLeod. Nope, but tipped in by Tarpley.
You know, when Tarpley comes off that bench and gets an early basket, he normally gets a double-double. When he misses 2 or 3, sometimes it's a long night. That may be a good indicator.
Rudy Tomjanovich taking an early timeout. 6:45 left in the opening quarter. The Mavericks and Rockets are tied.
Man, just a rookie. Kentucky. Here we go. There we go. 24.
Okay, fans, call now. Operators are standing by. Those are the numbers: 214-988-0117 or 1-800-634-6287.
Mario Elie in the ball game right now, and believe me, folks, he is an extremely versatile, good player as you look at early field goal percentage.
Mavericks with a big edge in that regard. Elie missing off the reverse move. Tarpley to Kidd as the Mavericks come back looking to go in front. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Houston. I'll say this, the Rockets are very active defensively here early.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because that's one thing I noticed last night against Golden State. The Mavericks were just not active at the defensive end of the floor, and it really hurt them.
Kidd for 3. Rebound Lorenzo Williams. Tarpley launches. Short. And saved in play by Drexler. Kenny Smith flips the ball to Chilcutt. He comes right back out to Kenny Smith for a 3-try. And on the rebound, it's finally corralled by Jason Kidd. McLeod finding Tarpley underneath. Great pass. Lorenzo Williams with the tip in.
Pretty good catch by Tarpley that time. He didn't get the finish, but it was a tough catch. And, of course, Williams on the offensive board again.
The Mavericks have scored the last 4 and lead it by 2. Drexler trying to operate on McLeod. Wide the glide, missing that one. Lorenzo Williams to Kidd as the Mavericks come back with a chance to extend. Mashburn gets the hook up and in. 8 for Mashburn in the first quarter.
Rudy Tomjanovich is up, and he was not happy about the defensive effort that time. They're going to go to Drexler, Jim.
Drexler works around the Brown screen and off to Chucky Brown on the rollout.
See, when you challenge that man with the ball on the pick and roll, as I talked about, when you trap it, when you step out front and do that, you have to get your defensive rotations on the other side of the floor, or you're very vulnerable to what happened there.
George McLeod to Tarpley with 10 to shoot. The inside pass missed by the shot missed by Williams, and Drexler again saves it in play.
Drexler's all over the place.
And the Rockets with big numbers here, but the ball knocked out of bounds by the Mavericks. I think somebody passed up the shot.
Yeah. I'll tell you, every once in a while, though, you'd like to see your team overpass a little bit. Not too much, but it means that at least they're being unselfish and thinking about finding the open man.
Shot clock at 12. Drexler against McLeod. Here goes Drexler. And with Williams showing on the play, he really had to shoot. Chilcutt is able to follow it in.
Chilcutt had a career-high 25 points the other day in Denver.
Who needs Hakeem, right? Kidd around
Get in
and out for 3. And it's out of bounds this way.
Well, it did everything but go through.
Yep.
It toured the rim around the world.
I was on an around-the-world type journey myself.
Hey,
recently.
let me tell you what. With that trip you had trying to get to Dallas, number of hours you were on a plane, you ought to have enough advantage miles to go to Europe first class.
Well, I don't know about that. They don't give it to you for sitting. Here comes Kidd. Tarpley. And the rebound controlled by Brown, tipped away, and a foul call on Kidd.
Yes.
Yep. Jason Kidd picking up his first.
How many hours did you spend on that plane? 8 or 9 hours?
How many hours are there in a day?
Oh, my.
There's 24 in a day, about a third of a day. Ellie Drexler. Ellie fakes on the 3. And on his move down the lane, the ball knocked away. It didn't change possession, so as Houston comes in, they will have 6 on the shot clock.
You want to watch Drexler taking the ball out of bounds, watch him step back in.
Smith with a behind-the-back pass to an open Chilcutt. Pete Chilcutt again from long distance.
You saw what Chilcutt will do, not unlike what Bill Laimbeer does on a pick and roll. He will float after he sets the pick. He does not roll.
McLeod missing his 3. Ellie the rebound. Up court, it's Drexler. And the ball tipped out of bounds by McLeod.
We've seen McLeod miss some easy shots. You just had a good look at why that's happening. He is so conscious about finding Drexler, and you have to be because Drexler runs so well. It affects you at the other end of the floor.
And Drexler played him like a wide receiver, like he was a defensive back. He pushed off right there at the end as the ball arrived. Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith with his first field goal. Houston has taken a 5-point lead. Former Rocket Scott Brooks ready to come on for the Mavericks. Ashburn against Ellie. 2:45 left in the first. McLeod with 8 to shoot. Ashburn in the double team. And the rebound loose out of bounds to Houston. A timeout taken with 2:38 left to go. In this opening quarter, the Houston Rockets on a 9-point run, and now they lead it by 5. Say, fans, if you want to see the Mavericks play in person and you haven't already made plans to do so, this is your final chance. Next Tuesday, the Mavericks and the Clippers, 7:30, Reunion Arena. The first 2,500 fans under 14 will receive a replica Jim Jackson jersey, compliments of FINA. There are tickets remaining for that game, but not for the game against San Antonio 2 nights later.
And you know, Jim, you would think that people would really want to extend their appreciation to the Mavericks the night that they play the Clippers. The Mavericks have made tremendous improvement this year. The future looks very bright. Get on out Tuesday night and support them and give them a chance to finish up the season at home in those last 2 games with a couple of victories and some great fan support. That would be super.
Scott Brooks putting some pressure on Smith. The Houston Rockets in control, working on a string of 9 straight points. Smith dumps the ball off to Tabak, who went for the shot and is called for the walk. Zan Tabak. 7-footer.
And it was a pick and roll again. Mavericks need to get in the hole, as you can see right there. I'll tell you what, Houston just runs that pick and roll to death. They just wear you out with it. They just stay right with it.
They won a championship running it that way.
Exactly.
Until someone proves otherwise, they're going to keep running it. Tarpley on the miss. Chilcutt the rebound. Here is Smith. Drexler. Shot clock at 13. Ellie off the drive for the jam. Because he's such a threat from 3-point range that it opened up that driving opportunity. It's a 7-point lead. As 11 straight scored by Houston before McLeod counters there for the Mavericks.
And the Mavericks still only 5 down, even though their opponent has scored 11 straight.
Tarpley a steal.
That's a good decision by Tarpley. We saw him the other night try to put that ball on the floor and go the length of the floor. That was a good decision by Roy Tarpley. Give it to the guard and let him do what he's supposed to do.
Clyde Drexler running the show for Houston this trip. Now it's Ellie for three. Missed tip by Drexler, but he tried to save it in play, and it hits behind the backboard. What a hustling play by that great veteran star, Clyde Drexler.
In his 12th year in this league, Rudy Tomjanovich says that he is playing like the 8-year All-Star that he is, or 8-time All-Star that he is, and just really looking forward to the playoffs and the Houston Rockets getting healthy.
5-point lead right now for Houston. Brooks to Mashburn and thrown away. The Mavericks now with their 7th turnover in this quarter, and a little less than a minute remaining in the first.
Well, that's what this first period's been all about as far as the Mavericks are concerned. You turn it over 7 times in a 12-minute period of time, and you are going to find yourself behind.
To give you an idea, that is going to project out to 28 turnovers for the game. Smith.
Pick and roll, spot up shooters. That's what they're running again.
2 to shoot. Ellie against the red light over Mashburn. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks with 32.5 left in the quarter. 22-17. Houston the lead. Mavericks the ball.
You would think they'd take it late on the shot clock.
There is a difference of about 8. Brooks goes to the hoop and scores. Scott Brooks with his first 2.
Good job getting inside. A little pick and roll of their own that time by the team in the blue shirts.
3-point ball game. Mario Ellie. Drexler. McLeod guarding him. Final seconds of the first quarter. Drexler against McLeod. Drexler high off the glass and in.
Man, does he get up. He can really elevate.
And we've played one in the Summit in Houston. The home-standing Rockets have a 5-point lead at 24-19.
We got it. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
He runs, spins to the basket. Up and good. What a move with a spin by the kid. Mashburn spins on Chapman to the basket. Up good. What a move. The monster mash. Dumas driving, slamming. Oh, what a play, Tony D.
Don't miss an exciting moment. Maverick individual game tickets are on sale now. Call 939-2800.
The Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
Perhaps more.
Dribble penetration will do for your offense. It's Clyde Drexler on a pick and roll. He gets inside. Now watch him move the ball here. Out to Chilcutt. Over to Ellie. Good ball movement. It all started with a pick and roll. There's Chilcutt. There's Ellie. You've got to fly at Ellie because he's a good 3-point shooter. When you do that, you're vulnerable to the drive.
Clyde Drexler with 4 points in the first. And Houston with a 5-point lead. The Mavericks start the game hitting 5 out of 9, but then finish up 4 of their last 15 in that first quarter. And the Rockets ended the quarter on a 13-4 run. Mashburn scored 8 and Chilcutt countered for Houston. Sam Cassell, number 10 in the lineup for the Rockets. They've got Ori, they've got Ellie, Drexler, and they've got Zan Tabak.
And I'll tell you what, it's a very athletic Houston team right now on the floor. They're not exceptionally big, but boy, are they athletic.
And there's Tabak making his move across the lane. A foul called on Tony Dumas, who has checked in for the Dallas Mavericks. Dumas with his first. Tabak on the free throw line, a 63% free throw shooter.
Didn't look like it there, did he?
No, he looked like that.
Looked very comfortable, and he's a guy that's getting some valuable playing time as a result of people being out. By the way, Carl Herrera.
He looked like it there, though.
Yeah. Herrera's out. Olajuwon's out. Maxwell's out.
Rockets have got about 2 weeks to get everybody back before tournament time as they try to defend their championship. Ori, a spectacular block over the top from behind on Mashburn.
You know, I look out there on the floor and I see Tony Dumas. Watch this block. Mashburn turns. Ori will do that. He's a good shot blocker. this is a good shot blocking team. Of course, with Olajuwon not there, they're not nearly as good.
And on that shot block, a foul has been called, so Mashburn gets to the free throw line to shoot 2.
What I was going to say, Jim, you look out there on the floor and I see Clyde Drexler guarding Tony Dumas. Drexler in his 12th year. Dumas wasn't in college when he started this league. He wasn't in high school. He was in junior high school.
That's sort of like you and me a little bit.
Oh.
You remember those days?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I haven't lost a memory yet.
Mashburn splits the free throws. Drexler with the rebound. This game lacking a little spark, don't you think?
Yes, I did.
And a player like Cassell can add that to the game as Cassell scores off the drive. And Scott Brooks also is the kind of guy who brings a lot of energy to the floor. Tarpley boots the play, and here comes Cassell. Drexler going for Ori, who now has to save back to Drexler. His shot blocked. Dallas coming out with it, and it's Brooks at the other end to Mashburn because he knew he had Ori on his heels.
That was just respect for Robert Ory's speed, quickness, and jumping ability. Brooks has been around him long enough to know that Ori can make that play, although I think Brooks was far enough ahead that he could have taken the uncontested layup, but he wasn't going to take any chances.
It's a 5-point Houston lead. Ellie for 2. Ellie had his foot right on the line, the toe right there.
He is such a good player. Mario Ellie, 27 years old before he finally made it to the NBA. He played every place in the world.
Dumas missing that one for 3. Ellie the rebound. Now it's Cassell. Tabak. First field goal for him. He's got 3. The Rockets have opened up a 9-point lead.
Tabak give him some real help off the bench with the void in the middle. Olajuwon not playing.
Brooks has lost the dribble. Now Dumas against Drexler. Brooks guarded by Ellie. Mashburn double team. And the pass outside deflected, but Dumas comes up with it. Uh-oh. Tony Dumas, what a tough shot he hit.
All that counts is when they go in. It was a tough shot.
A real sidewinder straight in off the glass. Popeye Jones getting ready to come back for the Mavericks. Drexler drives it to the hoop and draws the foul.
Strictly in isolation that time. Drexler had Mashburn one-on-one. And that's not easy to handle Clyde Drexler one-on-one. Here you see him operate. It's a good look at Drexler operating against Jamal Mashburn.
First foul of the game on Mashburn. Drexler with 5 points tonight after that free throw. Jones returns, and Lorenzo Williams going out for the Mavericks.
It always has hurt the Mavericks throughout the year when Popeye Jones gets in early foul trouble. Not only on the boards, but his defensive abilities, his defensive rotations are always good. He draws a lot of charges.
And his understanding of the offense.
Yeah, he's such a good passer. I was just going to get to the other end of the floor. He passes the ball so well.
Now it's Popeye on the fadeaway over Ori.
Shoots it pretty well, too.
There you go. Popeye has his first 2. Through it all here in the first half, the Mavericks hanging right in. Just a 7-point lead for the Rockets. 9 minutes left in the half. Cassell doubled up. Ori for 3.
Boy, they can, I'll tell you, ring the bell outside.
That's the third 3 of the game for Houston.
That's why they're so darn good when Olajuwon's healthy. Inside.
Brooks missing for 3. The rebound to Tabak.
Great effort by Dumas on the glass that time.
Sam Cassell comes up shooting on Brooks. Tip try Drexler, rebounded to Jones. Dumas to Brooks going in full stride, and Scott Brooks draws the foul.
Nice pass, Tony Dumas. That was a Jason Kidd type pass by Tony Dumas that time. He covered a lot of floor space with that bounce pass. Popeye Jones with the outlet. Dumas, look at the bounce pass right there. Nicely done.
The foul whistled against Ellie. That's his first. Scott Brooks, coming off his 12-point performance last night, has 2 so far in this game, shooting his first free throw. Tracy Murray, number 31 in the lineup for the Houston Rockets.
And all he did last year was lead the NBA in three-point field goal percentage. So now they've got another guy in there who can ring the bell.
So they deal Scott Brooks away, who was a good three-point shooter, and then in essence replace him with Murray. Ellie's pass intended for Murray lands in the first row. I was going to say his pass landed in the cheap seats, but we don't have those in this league anymore.
No, there are no.
And especially not down here behind us. Here's Brooks with 8:10 left in the half. The Mavericks with a chance to cut it to 6. Brooks works around a Mashburn screen. Spins his way to the hoop. They loaded the shot clock inadvertently, and now we'll have to determine where it is.
That's a good call by the officials. Rudy Tomjanovich noticed it immediately.
Oh, of course.
Ball didn't hit the iron.
The ball not hit the rim, therefore no series of the
4 on the shot clock, says Jack Neese. 4 to shoot coming in with 7:55 left in the first half. 36-28 Rockets. Mashburn, left-handed. Nope. And missed the rim with it, so it's a 24-second violation. Popeye said, I batted it up there off the rim.
I'm not so sure he didn't. I thought the ball hit the underside of the rim. Didn't hit the top of the rim.
But I think the official ruled that came late.
Yeah, Popeye did. It did hit the rim. You might be right. Maybe the shot clock had expired.
That's what the officials called. Now they cleared out for Cassell. Cassell doubled up. Ellie to Horry. Wide open shot for Robert Horry. Horry with 5.
It's a real hard team to double team because of their ability to find the open man on the perimeter. I'm not so sure. Sometimes you're not better off just to play him straight up without Hakeem Olajuwon.
Down low, Popeye Jones, and a foul called on Robert Horry. That's his second. That is 3 team fouls on Houston with 7:24 left in the half. Jason Kidd ready to come back for the Mavericks. Doug Smith coming in for the first time.
This particular substitution right here increases your ability to really run the floor. Smith runs it so well, and we know how Kidd normally energizes the game when he comes back off the bench. Let's see if that happens.
Brooks and Mashburn going out for the Mavericks. Outside shot for Tarpley. Rebounded by Tracy Murray. Sam Cassell at the controls for Houston. And Cassell somehow found an opening.
He stayed with it, kept the dribble alive.
12-point lead for the Houston Rockets. A 3 try by Dumas is good. Tony Dumas with 5. And a timeout taken by Houston. 6:48 left to go before halftime. 40-31 the score. The defending NBA champs lead it by 9.
What do the really, really beautiful people drink when they get thirsty? The same thing as the rest of us. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Play the under the cap game, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning another Sprite. You can also win cool NBA stuff. Not too useful if you're thirsty. Handy if you plan on leaving the house.
You know, at AutoZone, we know our customers work just as hard as we do. So we're open when they need us, at night and on Sundays. And since 2 million folks each week count on AutoZone for what they need when they need it, we're not about to let them down. That's why we carry so many parts and why we price them so low every day. You see, selling top quality parts at low prices every day is how we make a living. But helping customers, well, that's how we make friends.
Remember, we have the operator standing by to take your order for Champions replica jerseys for Jim Jackson, Jason Kidd, or Jamal Mashburn. Adults $38.99 and youth $33.99.
Plus, if you are one of the first 100, you get a $20 champion cap for free, and that's not a bad deal.
You got the numbers right there on the screen. Metro 214-988-0117 or call toll free 1-800-634-6287. Jim Feldman, do we still have that camera in another fan's home? Can we pick that up right now?
Yes, we have the camera ready to go.
All right.
Hey, I don't have much time. It's 20-second timeout. Send me number 32.
Call now. Operators are standing by.
You got a quarter? You excuse me? I want to go make a call.
I think it's 35 cents from here. Houston Rockets, who are up by as many as 12, now lead it by 9. 50% shooting for Houston. 38% shooting for the Mavericks. Tracy Murray against Dumas. And Tarpley a steal, or Doug Smith a steal, and a foul call as he came out with it.
That's what the Mavericks have to do at the defensive end of the floor. They have to have some stops. Games where they've really gotten into trouble are games where they become somewhat lethargic defensively. And I thought last night that I picked up on something that may be part of that. I think when the Mavericks struggle with their shooting, it affects their defensive play. When they're playing better at the offensive end, they're more aggressive defensively. That's a sign of a young team.
Popeye Jones comes out to Dumas, 10 to shoot. Now Popeye under pressure. And there's Cassell stepping in front to make the steal. Cassell leaves it for Horry. Spectacular dunk by Robert Horry.
A little bit of showtime by the Rockets, and Sam Cassell doing a very nice job.
Jason Kidd to Smith. Inside Lorenzo Williams. Lorenzo scoring out of the post with a jump hook.
He has been working on the jump hook. Dick Motta made that comment to me today. I was talking about his 7 out of 10 last night from the field, and Motta said he's been working on that jump hook. He'll develop that. Look out next year if he works hard on it all summer. He will.
Shot clock is down to 8. Jump hook by Murray is in. Tracy Murray has his first field goal. Kidd rocks back and fires. Jason Kidd has 5.
See, the Mavericks are trading baskets. That's what's happening. That's why you've got to come with your defense, and you've got to get after it and get the ball back. Not take it out of the net.
Murray over Dumas, and Dumas with the loose ball pickup. And now the Mavericks have a chance to string a couple of hoops together. Horry knocks the pass out of bounds intended for Smith.
Sam Cassell with the basketball on the steal. He gets in front. Looks like he's going to go all the way, but he checked. You saw him look for Horry. Watch this. Boom.
Mavericks down 9 with 5 minutes left in the half. Lorenzo Williams against Pete Chilcutt, who's come on. Jason Kidd not there. The rebound out of bounds to Dallas.
Every time I see somebody come off of that pick down there, one of those guards on that curl move or that flare move, I think of Jim Jackson. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see him again before the season's over.
Dumas and a foul on Ellie.
Rockets foul on 17. Gary Welling is second.
2 fouls on Ellie. Dumas to shoot 2. Well, we'll get a chance to see Jim Jackson, but so far not in uniform.
Yeah, the magic of television. There he is. By the way, he had a good workout with Brad Davis this afternoon. In fact, he was working hard when I arrived here at the arena about 5:30. He looks to me like he's close.
Those workouts are of such a strenuous nature that he may want to return to action.
Brad Davis.
Games would be easier.
I'll tell you what, old Mr. Brad Davis was with him step for step. Brad could still play if he had to, especially in a half-court game.
And it's getting to be that time of year. Dumas with 7 points off the bench. The Rockets lead has been trimmed to 7.
Now one more stop and this gets a little interesting.
Cassell. Chilcutt.
Nice defensive rotation that time by the Mavericks. You can see it coming.
Dumas got his hand on that pass cross court. So with 8 on the shot clock, the Rockets to come in. Chucky Brown returning. Tracy Murray going out.
Chucky Brown gives the Rockets right now a little bit more of an inside presence than Murray does. Murray more of a perimeter type player.
Drexler to the hoop against Dumas. Nope. And Popeye Jones ahead to Kidd. Now it's Dumas blowing in. Tony Dumas not there with a scoop shot. Kidd with a follow though around and in.
Very good. Mavericks in transition, but it's a result of what they did defensively. Don't just see the offensive end of the floor, folks. See where it starts.
Drexler comes out to Brown. Inside Chilcutt. Cassell passed on the 3, and then off the drive, they turn it over on a 3-second call. Rudy T saying, Sam, take the open shot.
Jones doing a nice job playing a long time with 2 fouls. It's still, yeah, it is still 2.
And right now, the Mavericks, who have scored 8 of the last 10, have a chance to cut it to 3 this trip. Tony Dumas with a nice energy lift for this team off the bench here in the first half.
And that's something that he does bring to the floor. He just needs to settle down and get familiar with the game.
Shot clock at 12. Doug Smith's outside shot makes it a 3-point game.
I think the big thing you have to remember about Tony Dumas is he played at UMKC, Missouri, Kansas City. Didn't play at Indiana. Didn't play at Syracuse or Georgetown. That makes a difference.
Sam Cassell with Kidd guarding him. Shot clock at 10. Cassell fires. Rebound Chilcutt and a foul called going up. Lorenzo Williams with the personal.
Doug Smith kind of puts his hand on his chest. I think he feels like he should have had that rebound. I'm in agreement with him as you look at Smitty.
Pete Chilcutt, a 74% free throw shooter, ready to shoot 2. You know, fans, we are driving excitement. Check out the all-new 95 Pontiacs at your nearby North Texas Pontiac dealer. Pontiac, the official car of the Dallas Mavericks. We are driving excitement.
I think Chilcutt will be a big plus for the Rockets in the playoffs. He doesn't get you beat. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
A tremendous compliment, a travel call on Dumas. A tremendous compliment to Olajuwon. Come in and play up front for you.
And come in and play with Olajuwon as a spot-up shooter if you want to use him that way. There's your pick and roll again.
Horry with 3:10 left in the half. Chucky Brown lost it to Smith, and now it's Kidd with a flip ahead to Dumas. Tony Dumas going to the basket. Kidd with a foul. Taken down by Brown. Knocked away by the Mavericks, but Drexler and then has his pass stolen as Smith comes away with it. Jason Kidd digs it out. Great effort. Super hustle by the Mavericks this trip. And it would only be fitting that they would score in this possession.
That's the kind of energy you're looking for.
Underneath it, Smith missed on the layup. Popeye missed a tip. Chilcutt on ahead to Kenny Smith.
That's too bad. That was a great trip down the floor.
And Kenny Smith shoots 2 as he was fouled by Dumas. Timeout taken. 2:37 left in the half. It's the Rockets by 5. Players have in common they all learn to play the game at summer camps, and you can too with the Mavericks this summer. Learn how to play ball with the best. 214-653-0241 for more summer camp information. At halftime tonight, special feature on the Mavericks' outstanding rookie Jason Kidd. You may want to stick around for that.
That's a heck of a piece, folks. You want to watch that at halftime as Jason Kidd continues to make a run at the Rookie of the Year honors.
Kenny Smith has hit 3 in a row from the free throw line. 5 points in the game. Averages slightly over 10. The Rockets increase the lead to 7.
And the Glide is back in the ball game.
He's guarding Dumas. Ashburn gives it up to Kidd. Now it's Dumas.
A good interior feed. That's a good job by Dumas that time.
Smith missed a shot over Brown. Brown the rebound. Clyde Drexler. Off to Brown again as they work screen roll. Williams a rejection on Brown's layup attempt, and here comes Mashburn. Alley-oop to Dumas for the dunk. Nice feed by Mashburn.
I think he surprised some people there. I don't believe they thought Dumas could elevate like that. Tell you what, that elevator went all the way to the top that time.
Chilcutt pressured by Williams. 1:43 left to go in the half. Drexler backs Dumas down and fires. Tipped away to Chilcutt, though, and he lays it in. 12 first half points for Pete Chilcutt. So he is encoring his career high the other day at Denver with another outstanding game. Mashburn misses. Lorenzo Williams with the follow.
Another putback by Williams, and he wasn't up tight on the rim that time, so he got a little jump shot to go down for him.
The Mavericks, who have been guilty of 11 first half turnovers, are hanging right there. They're just down by 5. A minute remaining. Smith for 3. Kenny Smith with his first 3 tonight.
Their ability to shoot the 3 just continues to just really hurt their opponents.
Here's a travel call as Mashburn was backing his way down.
Watch Tony Dumas here. You'll see Mashburn with the ball. He goes up over the top. Dumas catches and finishes. My goodness.
Houston the ball in front by 8. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Smith to Chilcutt. Another 3 try. And the rebound to Kidd. Jason Kidd with a 2-hop bouncer to Dumas. Now to the basket, Lorenzo Williams, and a foul called. 2 shots coming. Kenny Smith picking up the foul. That's his first.
Once again, notice how well the Mavericks run out of defensive pressure. When they pressure well defensively and get a steal or force a turnover, they run extremely well. That's why their defense is so important to them. Jason Kidd, he knew the man was out there. Tony Dumas on the receiving end gets it over to Lorenzo Williams, and they just don't let him get up at all.
But Lorenzo knocks down both free throws. 8 first half points for Williams. Mavericks claw back to within 6, and they will get the ball again on 24-second possession. A foul called here on Dumas with Drexler trying to make his drive. The Mavericks are over the limit.
That's the automatic. That's the hand check, folks.
And that's also the 3rd foul on Dumas.
One thing I respect about the NBA officials this year throughout the season, Jim, they've been very consistent with that. They haven't backed up on that since back to the preseason games.
Drexler, 3 straight at the free throw line tonight. 7 points for the former University of Houston star. Scott Brooks returning. And Lorenzo Williams going out. 24 seconds left. 24.3 remaining in the half. Drexler's 2 free throws give the Rockets an 8-point advantage. Here's Smith with a deflection and near steal, but Mashburn picks it up. Mavericks trying to play it for 1, and Houston trying to force the issue.
You saw Houston in a half-court trap. That's what they're doing right now. They will do that a lot.
Mashburn with 5 on the shot clock. Off the drive. Rebounded by Chilcutt. Smith from the other end. We're at halftime in the Summit, with the Mavericks going off trailing by 8. 55-47 our halftime score. Don't forget a Jason Kidd feature coming up. The Summit in Houston, a near capacity crowd on hand as the Rockets lead the Mavericks 55-47 at halftime. And now it's time for our very special halftime feature. And here's your host, Kevin McCarthy.
Good evening, everyone. You know, especially in the last few weeks, more and more people are thinking that Jason Kidd just might get the NBA Rookie of the Year award. And to help that effort along, the Mavericks staff recently sent out a video of Jason to all the people that vote on that award. We thought you might like to take a look at it, too.
Hey, there's no kid in town.
know, I guess a kid can play.
Jason Kidd out of there on the drive. Off to Jackson. Kidd the block from behind. Jason Kidd off the drive. How did he get through? Nice speed, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd hustling to save, and he takes the 20 in midair. Kidd driving on the tumble all the way to the hoop for the basket. Head to Kidd. Oh, up toward Mashburn. What a pass by Kidd. Giles turning on Kidd. Kidd blocks it with 3 seconds left. Kidd tracks it down. Ahead to Jackson. He shoots it. Good. Kidd off the drive. Oh, Jason. Kidd inside. Kidd strips it from him. 2-on-1 break for the Mavericks. Kidd again to the hoop. Lays it in. And now it's Kidd making the steal of the pass into Murray. He went down on the floor to keep it alive. And Kidd a steal. Jason Kidd with a... Driving on Kidd. Slips through. Kidd took it away from him. From behind. Jason Kidd. What a play. Now Kidd back the other way to Jackson on the reverse. And Kidd takes it away from Les. Ahead to Jackson. Touchdown. With 15 to shoot, Kidd to the hoop and a foul. Round to Kidd and his pass off the glass, back to Kidd with a layup. Jason Kidd on the push through a crowd on the finger roll. Underneath Jackson and a foul. How about that pass? Jason Kidd. Look at that pass to Smith. Here come the Mavericks in transition. Kidd all the way. Kidd, look out. Jason Kidd in on Brandon and Williams. Jason Kidd going all the way. Jason Kidd in on Reggie Williams. Kidd over Barrows. Jason Kidd really looking to score lately and doing it. Up court, he drops it for Kidd. Kidd in a hoop, laid it in and threw the foul. Kidd leaves the ball for Mashburn. Up and under, what a play. He's going to do it all by himself. He refuses to lose. Jason Kidd off the drive against Smith. And the foul called on Smith. And the basket is good. Kidd off the drive. And the Mavericks take the lead. Here comes Kidd on the strong push. All the way in on David Robinson and finishes lefty. Brandon with Brooks on him. There's Kidd to steal. It's he unreal works, and Kidd gives the Mavericks the lead. And Kidd comes down to rip it away from him. Just like a shark tearing it out. Kidd going all the way and lays it in. Look at that pass. Baby. 6:45 left. Kidd turns it in. Yep, and a foul. Ahead to Kidd. Jason Kidd on the burn all the way, and with the left hand. Kidd over Stockton. Jason Kidd. And now Kidd took it away from Stockton. He's going coast to coast. Jason Kidd for 3. In front court. Double team and lays it in. Kidd, look away to Mashburn. Here's Kidd for 3. Off to Kidd, a quick release. Goes back to Kidd. And he is with a loose pass. Kidd got about a 3, moves in on Sprewell, goes to the left hand. See how strong he is. Mashburn will finish. Kidd makes the pass and shoots the 3 right through.
Tell you one thing for sure, Jason Kidd gets my vote.
Michael Jordan. To find what you desire requires a great effort. You look thirsty. Gatorade?
Thanks. How come?
I know why you have come. You wish to know the meaning of life.
And?
Life is a sport. Drink it up.
That's what I figured.
Matt, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. No, you don't have to be an athlete to use Metrex at all. To use Metrex, you just got to be interested, number one, in your health.
The difference is
It's a product that definitely works.
It works.
The gains have been proven. They've been proven by me. They've been proven by a number of people. I feel that nutrition is especially important for athletes, but I think it's important for all people in all walks of life.
It works.
I believe that Metrex has something to offer to everybody.
Metrex. Available at fine food and health stores everywhere.
You want the NBA? We got it. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
He runs, spins to the basket. Up and good. What a move with a spin by the kid. Mashburn spins on Chapman to the basket. Up good. What a move with a monster mash. Dumas driving, slamming. Oh, what a play, Tony D.
Don't miss an exciting moment. Maverick individual game tickets are on sale now. Call 939-2800.
The Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
With the Rockets in front by 8 points at halftime, let's check out the halftime stats that we have for you. A couple of those items that we already touched on, Bob, that field goal percentage.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem right there. You can see the Mavericks getting more shots. Once again, that's because they're doing a nice job on the boards. Probably not getting to the line enough. 10 attempts in one half. You need to get to the free throw line, I think, with greater frequency. Offensive rebounds, again, always a plus for the Dallas Mavericks. And how about the 7 steals? That's a little different, and that's impressive.
Now let's revisit the Pontiac key matchup tonight.
Clyde Drexler certainly with the advantage there, but still a bit of a quiet first half for Clyde Drexler. That concerns you, not unlike the quiet first half that Chris Mullen had last night, or the quiet first half that Joe Dumars from Detroit had in Reunion Arena. When you get the great ones like Dumars and Chris Mullen and Drexler, you don't like to see them have a quiet first half because they're capable of coming back. George McLeod is certainly a better player than 2 points and 2 assists in that first half.
How important is this game and this week for the Mavericks? Well, we present to you again the playoff race for the last spot, and I will tell you that the magic number for Denver to eliminate the Mavericks stands at 5, counting this game tonight. In other words, any combination of Denver victories and Mavericks defeats totaling 5 would eliminate the Mavericks from the playoffs. You come to that by how many games can the Mavericks win? Well, they've got 8 to play, so potentially they could win 41. In order for Denver to get to 41 wins, they would only need 5. And in case you ever wondered and didn't know, that's how you arrive at a magic number.
Hey, you could teach a math class in the summer. That was pretty good.
I had plenty of time to do that yesterday while I was waiting to arrive in Dallas.
You had not only enough time to teach it, but enough time to take it and pass it, my friend.
I don't know about passing. Dick Motta, of course, has been down this playoff road many times in his coaching career. Rudy T, like Dick Motta, has a championship ring. Rudy T's coming last year when the Rockets took out the Knicks for the NBA championship right here in mid-June as they won Game 7. Jason Kidd ready to go with the Mavericks along with Popeye Jones, Lorenzo Williams, George McLeod, and Jamal Mashburn.
And as I look at Jason Kidd, I have to think and follow up on your comment. Rudy T has a championship ring, Dick Motta has one, and Jason Kidd wants one.
And in all likelihood, will get one before his career is finished. Horry scoring to get the Rockets started here in the third. 10-point game.
Not good. Great move.
Horry. And on the rebound, a loose ball foul on the Mavericks. It's on Popeye Jones. Isn't this where we came in tonight?
Yeah, that's the way he started the first half. He did push that time, though, and it was real obvious. We had a very good look at it from our seat here at courtside.
Clyde Drexler. Looked like Chucky Brown intercepted a pass for Horry. And Drexler tips it out to Chilcutt. Kenny Smith into Chucky Brown, lost the handle. Mashburn has it.
Pick and roll again.
Mashburn out to Kidd. George McLeod. Tip dunk, Lorenzo Williams.
It looked like a Hakeem Olajuwon type play. Over the top, Smith, good defensive play, George McLeod. Once again, you see how conscious McLeod is of getting back down the floor with Drexler. That's what's affecting this right here. That is being affected by George McLeod. What a great play by Lorenzo Williams. By the defensive play that he made, he's so conscious of getting to Clyde Drexler.
But now the Mavericks are guilty of their 13th turnover. Underneath Kenny Smith, the reverse not there. Lorenzo Williams the rebound. Jason Kidd, change of direction move, stolen by Drexler, tipped away by McLeod, but to Ori. Up court at Smith, Drexler, Ori. Now it's Chilcutt, and his pass sails out of bounds. So the Mavericks have it, trailing by 8 with 10:15 left in the third.
Rudy Tomjanovich, boy, has he been with this organization a long time. He's in his 25th year, Rudy T is, with the Rockets. Not all his coach now. I'm talking about...
He's been here so long. When he was the player, Tex Winter was the coach. Here's Jason Kidd connecting. 6-point game. Kidd guarding Smith. Drexler.
Nice defense by McLeod.
Chilcutt. Yep. And the foul. Chilcutt with the basket. Lorenzo Williams the foul.
His second team foul. He at the line.
Chilcutt with 14 points tonight.
Very animated Rudy Tomjanovich that time when Chilcutt got that basket to go down. As you look at Rudy, he was the #2 selection in the 1970 draft. Now, the reason I mentioned that Tomjanovich was the #2 selection in the 1970 draft, #1 was Bob Lanier, who was coaching Golden State last night.
That's Mashburn for 3. How's Dauber doing, by the way?
Hey, he was pretty pleased with the performance of his team last night, and he should have been.
6-point game. Inside pass knocked away by Mashburn. Good job defensively. Here comes Kidd on the burn. A lob to Williams. Lorenzo hammers it home. He's got 12.
If you get the ball up, Lorenzo Williams will handle it, catch it, and finish. The bounce pass, moving on the break, that kind of a pass is a different deal for him. It's a little tougher for him to handle.
Kenny Smith for 3. That will slow the Mavericks down somewhat. Kenny Smith has his second 3 tonight.
That's what happens. You get the great play, and they come back and bury a 3 on it.
Mashburn over Ori. Jamal Mashburn heating up here in the third.
What an alley-oop pass that Jason Kidd made to Lorenzo Williams.
8:33 left to go in this quarter. Kenny Smith off the drive. Chucky Brown. Chucky Brown has 8 points in the game.
See, that dribble penetration is an easier thing to do this year, folks, because of the hand check rule. That's why you're seeing more of it than you've seen in the past.
Mashburn getting deep that time to score. Jamal with 18. Jamal Mashburn and the prolific scorer in the middle, Lorenzo Williams, are the leading scorers tonight for the Mavericks. Lorenzo back in double figures again. Here comes Kidd to the hoop. Husky finish was short. Kenny Smith ahead to Brown.
Look at Kidd hustle back. Look at Kidd.
Kidd makes the play and takes the timeout going out of bounds. It belongs to Dallas with 7:49 left in the third. And Dick Motta wants a 20, so...
Did Kidd ever hustle back? Watch Jason Kidd. I mean, he just... I tell you, did he kick in the Jets? Calls the timeout going out of bounds.
And this is a full timeout, as it turns out. It's 65-60 Houston.
Watch the alley-oop pass by Jason Kidd. He's looking down the floor. Lorenzo Williams, see the ball right here? Watch Williams elevate and finish. The pass, the catch, the finish.
Jason Kidd in this game has scored 9 points. He also has 8 rebounds and 5 assists.
Uh-oh. Triple-double.
Who knows?
Oh, my.
Mavericks shooting it real well in this third quarter, 67% to 57%. And now Dallas with a hoop can cut it to 3.
Oh, Popeye shoots this one well.
And he's wide open. Kenny Smith corrals the rebound. On ahead to Drexler. Trying, blowing in. feeds Chucky Brown for the layup.
Popeye Jones trying to draw the charge. He's always trying to do something.
Rockets back to a 7-point advantage. A little over 7 minutes left in the third. Nope, not this time. And here comes Drexler. Storming up the court. Missed on the layup. Mashburn has it.
Give Houston credit. That was a great block. That was Horry inside, I believe, with a block that time.
Robert Horry had that spectacular block in the first half as well from behind. Drexler tips it out to Chilcutt, and then a foul called on McLeod, making the steal.
McLeod defensively trying to come away with a steal that time. That was close. There wasn't a lot of contact there, but I guess it doesn't have to be a lot. Now the substitution can't come in. The ball's in the backcourt. The player was not at the scorer's table.
The substitution being Ellie. And now they're going to take a 20-second timeout to make this substitution. Horry is really hurting over there, looks like.
He has a bad back. He may have hurt it on that block shot right here. Jason Kidd, go look at Horry. He's a great shot blocker. Of course, the greatest shot blocker is the guy sitting down on the end of the Houston bench by the name of Olajuwon. Here's another look at it. Jason Kidd with a good move inside. Excellent defensive help from Robert Horry.
Two spectacular blocks by Horry in this game, but Ellie has now come in to replace him.
He was questionable tonight because of a lower back problem. He didn't look questionable on that block shot, I'll tell you that.
.652 left in the third, 67-60. He missed the 18 games with a back problem that you spoke of, and I think he's got a little bit of a wrist problem as well.
Jim, the Mavericks starters have played well here in the third period coming out of the locker room.
They're hanging right there, so they have positioned themselves to win this game. On the back cut, it's Brown, and he draws the foul going up. Lorenzo Williams has his third. That's 4 team fouls on Dallas.
You see the pick and roll. When Popeye Jones steps up, then the Mavericks are vulnerable behind. You end up with 2 people on the ball and no one on the roll man.
Chucky Brown 0 for 2 from the free throw line. So as effective as he has been so far in this game from the field, 5 of 7. He's yet to make a free throw tonight. And there's one. So he's got 11. And Chucky Brown could turn in a triple-double of sorts. He's got 8 rebounds and 6 turnovers in this game. Popeye Jones fires. And Ellie deflects it out. Chilcutt has it. Off to Brown. The pass tipped out of bounds. Kidd got a hand on it. So the Rockets will come in with 6:23 remaining in this third quarter.
Good hustle back by Jason Kidd defensively that time to prevent an easy basket. Another one of those things that Kidd does that does not show up in the newspaper tomorrow.
Kenny Smith off the drive. Not there with the layup, but Brown follows it in. 13 for Brown.
Chucky Brown and Mario Ellie, a couple of guys that will really help this club in the playoffs.
Off the drive, it's Mashburn and George McLeod on the tip in. McLeod has 4. That ends a run of 5 straight Houston points. An 8-point game. It was an 8-point game at halftime with the Rockets in front. 5:45 left, third quarter. Ellie lobs for Chilcutt. Now it's Ellie. 7 on the clock. Ellie leaves it for Chucky Brown. Chucky Brown flirting with a season high. He's got 15, and 18 is his best this year.
Last time the Mavericks were in here, it was Mario Ellie who had a big night off of the bench.
Kidd dumps the ball into Mashburn. Average swing to Jones. 10 to shoot. McLeod for 3. Book it. George McLeod with 7, and the Mavericks cut it to 7.
The Mavericks did something that time
That's Drexler leaving one short from three-point range, and it's out of bounds to the Mavericks.
They did something that time that Houston does very well. The Mavericks will learn to do this better as they grow and mature. When the double down occurs, you must have the proper spacing. Houston never crowds the floor on the double down.
Kidd hits for three. Jason Kidd with his second.
Mavericks get a little bit anxious sometimes when the double down takes place, and you have a tendency to funnel toward the basket, and that eliminates the spacing.
Mavericks have cut that 10-point deficit down to 4. Chilcutt on the miss. Here comes Kidd. Over the try ahead to Lorenzo Williams. His shot is blocked. Ellie saves it in play. It's loose and out of bounds. Which way? It stays at this end. Whoop, he pointed the other way. Jack Neese says it goes the other way.
Well, he pointed one way a long time, didn't he? Lorenzo Williams, that was not an easy catch that time. You see, that was not one that he could take out of the air and dunk, but it's one that he should have handled.
And what happened was his momentum carried him behind the backboard, so he really didn't have the angle to go up. And it made it for an easier block for Houston.
Houston's going to lift 2 players this time. Oh, they almost
coughed it up. Drexler to the loose ball, though, to save it for them. And here goes Smith. And it's Pete Chilcutt on the fadeaway. Chilcutt maybe going to set another career high. He's got 17 so far in this game.
That high you're alluding to was the 25 he had on Sunday against Denver.
Drexler on the move. As Houston looks to extend the lead again. Underneath it's Chilcutt. Out to Drexler.
Look at their spacing. They do such a good job with their spacing.
Drexler missing a tough shot. Chilcutt the offensive rebound, though. The Rockets get another attempt. About 3.5 minutes left in the third. Kenny Smith for 3. That's 3 for him tonight.
Watch out, Kidd's going to go all the way.
And he challenges Smith and draws the foul in the process. Kenny Smith with his second foul, and Kidd on the free throw line to shoot 2.
You could read his body and his facial language, and you knew that he was going. Little crossover. Everybody else is trying to take a breather, and Jason Kidd is still trying to blow by people.
By the way, Jason Kidd has 9 rebounds to go with those numbers that you see on the screen. Try good by McLeod. George McLeod was able to sneak in. He's had a couple of big tip-ins here in the third.
He did it from the other side of the lane.
Keeps the Mavericks within 7.
Rudy C is going to talk about that.
Timeout taken with 3:09 left to go in the third. 77-70 Houston.
The Bud Light Amateur Beach Challenge. They're lean. They're mean.
Oh, they're killing us. Yeah. How about 2 out of 3?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
What's wrong with her?
make it a Bud Light.
All right, who do we have on the line now?
Now we have Dallas Mavericks and Jackson.
So, Jimmy, tell me about you and Jason Kidd's relationship. Describe that dynamic.
I mean, the communication that's there without even speaking, like eye contact and body language. You just know that it's going to be a long 48 minutes.
What year y'all going to pick up that ring? I mean, you're headed there, right?
Yeah, we had it that way.
So what's your prediction?
Watch out for the Mavs.
Somewhere between 1998 and 2001.
Yeah, you know, around the
Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems, the official cellular service provider of the Dallas Mavericks.
Our next and final telecast of the year on KTVT comes up Sunday from the Forum in Los Angeles. 8:30 game Dallas time. Nick Van Exel and the Lakers against the Mavericks.
That's Easter Sunday, isn't it?
It is.
Huh?
Mavericks, who are last in three-point shooting during the season, but tonight shooting it pretty well, and in this quarter shooting it great. 3 out of 4 from three-point range.
They played awfully hard here in the third period, the Mavericks had, at both ends of the floor.
So far, the Rockets have met the challenge. That's Ellie. A strong move by Ellie. Got great lift on that running hook. Rockets back to a 9-point edge. Horry is back in. He guards Mashburn. Kidd being guarded by Smith. Mashburn for 3. Lorenzo Williams hustles for the pickup. That ball breaks the rim, so a shot clock. McLeod under the Kidd. Kidd with a tough shot, but tipped in by Lorenzo Williams.
Once again, just plain and simply a result of effort by McLeod, by Kidd, by Williams.
Lorenzo Williams has 14 points. Here's Drexler off the scoop. Clyde Drexler has just put his autograph on the game. 2:17 left in the third as Mashburn works against Ellie. Kidd launches the 3. And the ball saved in play by Brown to Drexler. Kenny Smith controlling for the Rockets. We're back up by 9 with less than 2 minutes remaining for the third quarter.
And the Rockets are consistent. They just keep coming at you.
And Kenny Smith called for carrying the ball on the dribble. Here's Scott Brooks coming in for the Mavericks with 1:52 left in this quarter. As the former Rocket enters the lineup, Jason Kidd going out.
And I believe he does need a rest. As hard as he's played here in the third period, he needs to sit down for that big push in the fourth period.
And of course, he'll get the last minute 40 here, plus the timeout between quarters. McLeod missing on the hook. Horry leaves it for Smith. Smith picks up the loose ball. Chucky Brown against Lorenzo Williams. The ball tipped away to Brooks. Mavericks come down looking to cut it to 7. Tony Dumas all the way. Dumps the ball off to McLeod, who leaves it for Mashburn. And no basket. Offensive foul call to wipe out the hoop. Mashburn picking up his second foul.
I think it was about the only way that Mashburn was going to get the shot off. Tony Dumas lying down the middle gets it over to McLeod. McLeod with a little pass to Mashburn. Mashburn goes up. The arm was there, but I didn't see him move anybody defensively. You've got to protect yourself.
Many times when a player goes up that way, the arm is there simply for balance. He's not trying to fend off another player. Scott Brooks picking up the foul. Brooks with his first. And with 5 team fouls now on the Mavericks. Houston on the free throw line. Tracy Murray getting ready to come back for the Rockets. It's Cassell on the line.
What a great playoff he had 1 year ago. Did an outstanding job. Had a lot to do with Houston being able to win it all. Tracy Murray enters the ball game, and Drexler is going to get a bit of a rest.
Sam Cassell had a sensational game in a 7-game clincher against Phoenix in the conference semifinals here in the Summit. And that game seemed to give him the confidence to go on and have just a remarkable playoff run both in the conference finals and the NBA championship. Ball tipped out of bounds by Ellie. 1 minute left in the third.
You know, I remember the last time Ellie had that good game. He really does a good job defensively. He anticipates so well. He just plays both ends of the floor.
Mashburn with 10 on the shot clock. Robert Horry guarding him. Scott Brooks lost his footing. And a foul call as he was making a pass. Foul is on Ellie. 3 fouls on him. That's the first team foul on Houston in the last 2 minutes. 45.6 remaining in this third quarter. Rockets in front by 11. Mashburn and a blocking foul on Horry, and Jamal gets to the line to shoot 2.
Robert Ory obviously doesn't agree with this. As you look at it right now, Mashburn trying to put it on the floor and create.
Well, he sort of punched him.
Yeah, he got him with his left arm.
Right, he was looking to reestablish the forearm, and in doing so, he punched him. Mashburn really active defensively tonight, has 5 steals to his credit besides those 18 points. 2 shots for Jamal. 19 points in the game. The lead is 10 for Houston. Tabak coming back in. Ory goes out.
All things considered, the Mavericks played a pretty good third period here, and they find themselves down 10 right now.
And Mashburn unable to get the bounce on that second one. Murray the rebound. Cassell under pressure, trying to get out of it, and stepped on the line out of bounds to Dallas. Sam Cassell and this sellout crowd of over 16,000 wanted a foul on the play. He comes out of it really hot.
He lost his tie. He's on the line with his left foot. You got to call that one.
Yeah, but he thought he was pushed out. He didn't dispute it. It was out of bounds. He thought he was fouled. Shot for Mashburn. Rebound to Brown, and Houston can play it for 1. No shot clock involved this possession for the Rockets, who lead by 10.
That was a big possession for the Mavericks. They needed to get a basket there.
Sam Cassell over Brooks. Cassell has 8. Up court pass to Brooks. Scott Brooks gets it away in time, and it's banked no good. We've played through 3 in the Summit, and the Houston Rockets have increased the lead. They now lead it by 12.
Hundreds of natural forces may affect the survival of your business, and hundreds of companies may say they are as good as AT&T. But only AT&T guarantees that if your long-distance service ever goes down, it'll be back in minutes, not hours. Only our network gives every call a choice of up to 134 routes, so your calls get through, even when you can't.
Hi, I heard the phones were down out there.
Not mine. AT&T, for the life of your business.
You think it's easy playing in the NBA? I need every edge I can get. That's why I use Metrex. It gives me what I need, anytime I want it. Metrex engineered food can give you the extra edge you need, because nothing's easy anymore. Time to go to work.
When you wear a pro player jacket, it's not just your jacket people notice. It's your attitude. Pro player. Wear the attitude.
Don't forget, operators are still standing by to take your call, and you can order these wonderful Champions replica jerseys of Jason Kidd, Jim Jackson, or Jamal Mashburn. $38.99 for adults, $33.99 for youth. Those are the phone numbers, 214-988-0117 and 800-634-6287.
One of the things you want to do now, you must be sure that you can match the energy level of the Rockets. And they do play with a lot of energy. Ellie, Chucky Brown, and Cassell.
39% shooting for Dallas, 50-50 for the Rockets right now, 57% at the foul line, and 83% for Houston. Lorenzo Williams, another double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Mavericks start the fourth quarter down 12. This is the biggest lead for Houston. Dumas knocks out the three.
Good-looking jump shot, too.
Tony Dumas makes it a 9-point contest. Dumas with his second 3 of the game, and there's Murray missing for 3. The rebound controlled by the Mavericks as Lorenzo Williams comes up with it. Dumas blowing in on everybody. Drops the ball for Mashburn and a foul on Houston. Mashburn shoots 2.
Tony Dumas can move. I mean, he has some speed and some quickness. He just needs time. Look at Dumas here. But he really gets down the floor. An excellent job by Dumas in terms of not forcing the shot or taking a bad shot. He makes a nice decision to give it up to the open man. And that's one of the things that we're beginning to see a lot of improvement in Dumas's game in terms of his decision making. It just takes time.
The Mavericks, who have made it a habit this season of coming from behind, have scored the first 4 points of the fourth quarter. They are down by 8.
Free throw line not being very kind to the Mavericks tonight. They're not getting there many times, and they're not capitalizing enough when they do get there.
And to stay in the playoff race for that last spot, the Mavericks are going to have to win one that maybe you didn't expect. Tonight would be that kind of night. Here's Cassell. Over Kidd. Rimming, no. Tabak with a rebound, though, and the foul.
That was a great job because he came from the left baseline, went to the offensive board, and got the rebound. There's nothing convenient about that rebound. He went after it.
Dumas to Mashburn. Ellie against him. 8 to shoot. Tony Dumas for 3.
Whoa! I'll tell you what, Jim. If they want to ISO Dumas, the Mavericks can get good shots because Tracy Murray cannot guard Tony Dumas.
Tony Dumas with 15 points. He has just one more basket needed for a new season and career high. Cassell off to Brown and a 3-second call whistled against Houston. 10:18 left. The Mavericks within 7. And Rudy Tomjanovich taking a timeout.
No, I don't think so.
Sideline out of bounds.
Sideline out of bounds, right.
All right.
But I'll tell you what, Rudy won't wait long. You're going to see a guy by the name of Clyde Drexler come back in this ball.
This is Kidd, left it short in the front of the rim. Tabak the rebound. You know, the Mavericks, who started out, they had 7 turnovers in the first quarter. Early in the first quarter, they have only 15 for the game. So they've taken care of the ball much better. Murray. Missing off the lead in. Tarpley the rebound. Now Kidd on the push, delivers to Mashburn. Tony Dumas, who is on fire. A pass outside and Cassell to steal.
See that? It got away from Tony a little bit, right? That's what you don't want Murray to do right there.
He followed, though, and almost came up with his own rebound. Now Murray putting pressure on Mashburn. 9:28 left to go in this one. 87-80. Houston. Kidd for 3. 87-83. Jason Kidd hits his third 3 of the game.
Hang around, folks. Don't you go away.
And now Houston taking the timeout, but it's a 22nd timeout. 9:13 left. The Mavericks, who opened this fourth quarter trailing by 12, now have cut it to 4, and it's a full timeout. 87-83 Rockets.
Oh my gosh, it's a little chimp. Oh, he looks like a little person.
They're really not.
Look how bloody he is.
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him.
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
You want to know about life, son? Life is like prime time in the NBA.
Either you hunt with the hounds or don't get off the porch. And when you train, you rain.
Now, this activity makes you thirsty.
Fortunately, the NBA has Gatorade, the sports drink the league plays on. And play on, you must.
That's life.
Say it with me now. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
It has a responsive 84-link suspension, over 350 safety features, and 36 precision-honed cylinders that help produce more than 1,200 horsepower. Is it a dream? Is it ever? The BMW 3 Series. And coming this summer, the new 318 Ti.
When the Mavericks come off this road trip, they've got the Clippers in Reunion Arena. Plenty of tickets available for that one. 939-2800. That's the number to call for tickets. And the first 2,500 fans under 14 years of age will receive a replica Jim Jackson jersey, compliments of Fina.
And don't wait on getting those tickets, folks. The Mavericks have sold out 25 games this year. A 28% increase in attendance, so pick them up. Get to Reunion Arena, get the tickets.
This scoring run has reduced the Houston lead to 4. 7 on the shot clock. Drexler shoots over the Tabak screen. A clutch shot for Clyde Drexler.
You knew they would go to Drexler coming out of the timeout. They put him back in the ball game. You knew that's where they were going to go.
Drexler with 12 points tonight. Rockets back up by 6. Tarpley, Kidd. 12 to shoot. Now it's Dumas. Into Mashburn. Backs in on Ellie. Jamal in a crowd. Jamal Mashburn with that basket. Under heavy defensive pressure. 22 for Mashburn.
Jason Kidd talks to Tony Dumas going back down the floor about the cut that Dumas made coming off the pick. He's trying to help him. That's great communication.
8:23 for the game. Off the drive, it's Drexler. Hits the hook and draws the foul. Jamal Mashburn with his third as Drexler goes to the line looking for the three-point play.
So you've got a well-rested Clyde Drexler now. Comes in off the bench, hits a jumper outside. Then this time, as you move up to take away the jump shot, he puts it on the floor, creates the opportunity for himself and gets inside. A very complete player.
5 straight at the line for Drexler. 15 points. The last 5 for the Rockets to give them the 7-point lead.
Dick Motta up in front of us that time. Called the play that he wanted. I got it again.
Good hands. Out of bounds to the Mavericks with 14 on the shot clock. Mashburn against Ellie. Mashburn again on that turnaround against heavy pressure. The ball knocked out of bounds to Houston.
Tarpley had it in his hands. He had the good position, had the ball in his hands, but lost it out of bounds.
Less than 8 minutes for the game. The Rockets the ball, a 7-point lead. Drexler, nice change of direction move. And on the pass off, a foul call on Kidd. Jason Kidd with his second. That's 2 team fouls on Dallas. Popeye Jones returning. Roy Tarpley going out.
Here's Drexler, very active since he came back in the game. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt on those, I guess.
There really wasn't much doubt there. I mean, it didn't look like any contact. Drexler rattles that one out. Popeye Jones to Kidd. Here comes Kidd up the middle and all the way and draws the foul. He's upset with himself that that one didn't go in, but he'll shoot 2 to sell on the foul.
Boy, I just hate to see Jason Kidd do what he did after he missed that layup. Watch him. Watch him, folks. Watch him. I hate to see him. I'm afraid he's going to hurt that hand. Don't do that, Jason. What a great effort he made. He was just flying to the basket, but don't do something that might cause an injury.
16 points as he hits the free throw. In and out with that second one. Pete Chilcutt claims the rebound. Kidd tonight, 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Oh, that free throw line again.
Really hurting the Mavericks as they trail by 6. Ellie's drive. Mario Ellie with 8. Dumas has to come back to pick up the ball. Kidd launches the 3. Jason Kidd, what a cold-blooded shot that was.
How about the recovery by Tony Dumas?
Kidd with his 4th 3 tonight. He's got 19 points. The Mavericks within 5 at 94-89. 7 minutes remaining. Ellie gets the corner turned, but in the process is fouled out front. Tony Dumas.
Foul is called. Mavericks number 7, Tony Dumas. He is 4.
That's 4 on Dumas and 3 team fouls on the Mavericks right at the 7-minute mark for the game.
Mavericks have really helped themselves, I think, with a defensive change in this second half. They're not doubling as much. They're playing more head up.
Ellie again goes to the basket, and it's tipped in by Brown. Mashburn.
Don't panic. Mavericks cannot panic right now. They're doing a good job. You got to stay with your stuff. That's good rotation.
Dumas off the drive, missed on the dunk. The loose ball rebound to Popeye Jones, who lays it in.
What an effort by Jones.
Back to a 5-point game. Ellie with a lob to Drexler, overthrown and out of bounds. The Mavericks have it back as George McLeod re-enters the lineup and Tony Dumas heads out.
Nice going, Tony Dumas. He played with a lot of energy. He was productive tonight. Made a couple decisions that were questionable, but for the most part, really helped his club.
Mashburn on the layup. Jamal Mashburn makes it a three-point game now. The Mavericks have rallied back from a 12-point deficit. This is the closest they've been since going down 12 at the end of 3. Drexler guarded by McLeod. Shot clock at 7. He'll shoot it.
Oh, that surprises me.
Ellie for 3. And the rebound of Popeye Jones. Here come the Mavericks looking to cut it to 1. Kidd with a bouncer in traffic to McLeod, and he is fouled by Ellie. It's Drexler, who also reached in. First foul of the game on Drexler, the third team foul on Houston here in the 4th.
You could see the Mavericks gaining confidence. You could see that happening as they close this gap on the Rockets.
Kidd finding McLeod. McLeod against Cassell, off the lean in, the bank not there. And a foul called. Popeye Jones, who beat Houston on a similar play back in late February in Reunion Arena, now goes to the free throw line with a chance at a three-point play.
What wonderful, wonderful position. Watch Popeye Jones. You see his hand right there. You just saw him come up into the picture, but what great offensive rebounding position.
Popeye Jones shooting for the tie with 5:29 remaining, and the Mavericks have climbed the mountain. They're all the way back from a 12-point deficit.
How many times this year have we seen this on the road?
It seems like every time we throw in the air, it works out this way. Here's Cassell into Kidd. Offensive foul on Sam Cassell. Third foul on Cassell. Kidd forcing the turnover.
What a defensive play by Jason Kidd. Good anticipation on Sam Cassell. He wants to go right. Look at Kidd. Great position.
Mavericks look for the lead this possession. 5:10 left. Mashburn to Jones. Chilcutt guarding him. Kidd against Cassell. Into Mashburn. Guarded by Ori. Chilcutt comes over. Outside Jones. McLeod an open look. Yep, for 3. George McLeod hits it.
Yeah. Houston probably will take a timeout in a situation like this.
Three-point shooting have lifted the Mavericks into the lead with 4:49 left. Rudy T takes the timeout. Dallas has moved in front 99-96.
All right, who we have on the line now?
On the line now we have Dallas Mavericks and Jackson.
So, Jimmy, tell me about you and Jason Kidd's relationship. Describe that dynamic.
I mean, the communication that's there without even speaking, like eye contact and body language. They just know there's going to be a long 48 minutes because...
What year y'all going to pick up that ring? I mean, you had it there, right?
Yeah, we had it that way.
So what's your prediction?
Watch out for the Mavs.
Somewhere between 1998 and 2001.
Yeah, you know, around the
Quick, what's the best-selling compact in the U.S.? It has a standard 150 horsepower engine. It's over $2,000 less than Nissan Altima, nearly $5,000 less than Toyota Camry. Maybe this will help. It's the Pontiac Grand Am. And right now you can drive away with a new Pontiac Grand Am for only $199 a month. So look out for number 1 and head to your North Texas Pontiac dealer for your new Grand Am.
We got driving excitement, Pontiac. You want the NBA? We got it. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
He runs, spins to the basket, up and good. What a move with a spin by the Kid. Mashburn spins on Chapman to the basket, up good. What a move for the Monster Man. Dumas driving, slamming. Oh, what a play, Tony D.
Don't miss an exciting moment. Maverick individual game tickets are on sale now. Call 939-2800.
The Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
Southwestern Bell called to the bench tonight. Tony Dumas answered with 15 points. Tony D, who has nailed 2 threes here in this 4th quarter. And the Mavericks as a team have hit 10 out of 20 from three-point range.
That one was from the corner by Tony Dumas. He did something else other than get 15 points. It has a lot to do with the Mavericks having the lead right now. And that was the energy that he brought to the floor. He was very aggressive, very energetic, and that is always infectious as you look at Tony Dumas.
Robert Horry to inbound for the Rockets. He comes into Kenny Smith. Smith against Kidd. Chilcutt finding Drexler. 8 on the clock. Drexler again against McLeod behind the back to Brown on a tough shot. Fadeaway, not there. Popeye Jones the rebound.
Oh, good decision by Popeye Jones. The Rockets peeled back and tried to get in the passing lane to shut the pass down to Jason Kidd, and Jones didn't cut it loose. Big decision.
Mavericks with a ball in a 3-point lead. Mashburn against Horry. Takes him to the basket. Horry a block from behind. It's out of bounds to the Mavericks with 6 on the shot clock.
Boy, Horry does that well, doesn't he, Jim? Blocking shots from behind.
You think you've got him beat.
Yeah. He reacts so well. He's got very long arms and, of course, an excellent vertical jump.
Mashburn off the inbounds. Hits the tough shot over that heavy defensive pressure. Jamal Mashburn with 26. The Mavericks in front by 5. 4 minutes remaining. Smith runs the show and starts it with Drexler. Clyde Drexler off to Chilcutt. Pete Chilcutt from the perimeter, not there. Rebounded Drexler, though. Outside Horry, 4-3. A big basket for Robert Horry.
And a big rebound by Clyde Drexler. Mavericks not pushing it quite as much right now. They want the execution in the half court, especially off the made basket.
3:30 left. The ball knocked out of bounds by Houston with 13 on the shot clock. The Mavericks to come in.
You think there's any way we can figure out how to keep that clock running?
Just keep it in play and don't foul. Mashburn lost the handle trying to reel out of the post. It's out of bounds to Houston. The Mavericks, who have dropped a 12-3 scoring run on the Rockets here in this stretch, lead it by 2, but Houston with the ball.
Drexler will get a lot of touches. A lot of touches from Clyde to Clyde.
Goes on McLeod and he pushes it in to tie the game.
Keep your poise and execute.
Drexler has 17, 7 in the fourth. 5 straight points for the Rockets. Kidd to Mashburn. And a foul called on Houston. It puts the Rockets over the limit, I believe.
Boy, when you come up for the shot around Robert Horry, you've got to be alert to that block shot. The foul was called while Mashburn was still on the floor, and he will go to the line.
Mashburn tonight 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. 2:53 remaining. And now the Mavericks lead it by 1. Chicago leads Indiana in the third. It's Portland trying to halt the 15-game winning streak of the Spurs in the third. Utah up 3 on the Lakers in the second. And it's Dallas by 1 as Drexler rebounds the miss by Mashburn.
Too many times the Mavericks have gone to the line and come away 1 of 2 again.
On occasion, 0 for 2 tonight. Drexler off to Chilcutt. The ball knocked out of bounds. No. Last touch by Houston. Dick Motta wants time with 2:37 left.
You see Dick go bouncing down that sideline in front of us?
Timeout taken, Mavericks. 2:37 remaining. 102-101, Mavericks.
Oh my gosh! It's a little Joe! Oh, he looks like a little person!
They're really not.
Look how smart he is!
They're not very intelligent, honey.
Raiders still standing by for those great-looking Mavericks jerseys. Adults $38.99, youth $33.99. Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn, Jim Jackson, champion replica jerseys.
So many things become so very important in situations like this. A 1-point ball game, 2:37 on the clock. None of them any more important than taking care of the ball and making your free throws.
So far tonight, the Mavericks have struggled in the latter. And early on, they struggled in taking care of the ball. Kidd. Inside to Mashburn. Out to an open George McLeod. And the rebound, Chucky Brown didn't save it. He was out of bounds. The Mavericks have it. 2:21 left.
That's nice execution by the Mavericks. They got a very good shot for George McLeod. And a shot that he will make most of the time.
And they come in with a new 24-second clock.
That's good.
Mashburn against Ori. Jason Kidd makes his way to the hoop. No good lefty. Rebound Popeye Jones. The Mavericks the ball, a 1-point lead. A little over 2 minutes left. Here's Kidd for three. Jason Kidd, a big three.
And he limps back down the floor. I don't know what's bothering him.
He's got 22 points tonight. Kidd has been 5 for 9 from three-point range. Drexler missing his three try. And on the rebound, it's out of bounds to Dallas with 1:50 remaining. 105-101 Mavericks. They were down 12, headed to the fourth.
Take care of the ball and make your free throws. Down the stretch.
Kidd against Smith, underneath to McLeod, and a foul on Drexler. Houston over the limit. Clyde Drexler with his second foul.
And the Mavericks are doing just that. They got good shots. The last time, worked the boards hard. Kidd taking care of the ball. McLeod to the free throw line. Here's the other half of the equation.
McLeod has 2 of the 11 three-point field goals tonight for the Mavericks. And hits the free throw. That's his first.
How about this three-pointer by Jason Kidd? You talk about a big shot. Of course, there's a bunch of them. And you saw Tony Dumas on the bench with that enthusiasm in the background. There you go.
The Mavericks have taken a 6-point lead at 107-101, and Houston taking time. 1:39 remaining here in the Summit. 1 minute, 39 seconds left. The Mavericks, who have made it a season-long run of coming from double-digit deficits on the road, coming from behind by more than 10 to win, are in the process of perhaps doing it again tonight here in Houston. They were down 12 after 3. 85-73 was the score, and they now lead it by 6 with 1:39 left. Of course, the highlight of their comeback wins this year was Denver when they came from 25 down. Dallas with 3 full timeouts left. Houston with 1. Smith off the drive to Brown, and he lost it out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Mavericks. So the Rockets come in 18 on the shot clock. Drexler into Chilcutt. Kenny Smith with a fake. Chilcutt for 3. Rebounded Drexler. 1:20 remaining. Kenny Smith for 3. And it's over the top, out of bounds to Dallas with 1:17 left.
Jim, it looks like the Rockets are really going to concentrate on getting a three-point shot outside. But right now, they're not going like they were going for them earlier in the ballgame.
And it was a little early for that, perhaps.
Look at the pass.
Kidd to Mashburn, and a foul call. Jamal shooting 2. Pete Chilcutt called for the personal foul.
Outstanding pass by Jason Kidd from the left side of the floor. Makes that bounce pass all the way across to Mashburn.
Jamal with 27 points tonight. 28 for Mashburn. 108-101. The Mavericks the lead with 1:10 remaining. In the race for the last playoff spot in the West, the Sacramento Kings are in action tonight against the Clippers in Los Angeles at... Well, actually, they're just underway with that one. And then tomorrow, Sacramento is home with the Lakers. Mashburn hits them both. This will finish a 4-game and 5-night stretch for the Mavericks. They lead by 8. Another timeout taken by Houston. 1:10 left. Fourth quarter kick for the Mavericks, outscoring Houston 36-16 so far in this fourth quarter.
And Jim, I go back once again to the performance of Tony Dumas off the bench. The energy that he brought to the floor, the 15 points that he had, really did a good job. And, of course, Jason Kidd just kept pushing the ball, and Williams and Jones inside, and Mashburn with his offense.
And many in the crowd of 16,431 headed for home. Here's Drexler to the hoop, and McLeod takes the foul.
Dallas foul on 21, George McLeod, his second personal, first team foul.
First in the last 2 minutes, but Drexler gets to the free throw line in the act of shooting. He has hit 5 straight free throws tonight, has scored 17 points, and 7 of them in this fourth quarter.
Still a lot of time, and Cassell is back in the ball game for defensive purposes. They lose Chilcutt's size and ability to shoot the three, but believe me, defensively now, with Drexler and Cassell, Ellie, Ori, and Kenny Smith in the game, they can't get much better defensively.
And they, with that group out there, you would think would really commit to the three-point field goal. 19 points for Drexler. It's a 6-point lead for the Mavericks. And Popeye Jones takes timeout.
I think the Mavericks want the 22nd timeout here. Dick Motta just wants to talk about the most important thing that you can do on an out-of-bounds play. It's not how you execute inbounds. It's not what you do to get open. The most important thing is get the ball inbounds and then worry about the rest of it.
62 seconds left. 109-103. The Mavericks looking for their 16th win of the season on the road. Against 20 defeats, they are trying to finish up 2-3 against Houston in the season series.
And you better not relax with the way in which Houston can shoot the three-pointer. Dick Motta has substituted Scott Brooks into the game right now. Mavericks having trouble getting it in.
They get it into Kidd, now to Brooks. Brooks being chased in the backcourt. Jason Kidd, a jump pass to McLeod. He lays it in, and that ought to do it. George McLeod scoring. Up court, the Rockets run it to Kenny Smith, and he gets the basket on a goaltending call. Kenny Smith with the hoop. 111-105 with 48.9 left. As Mashburn brought it through the double team, a foul call. Jamal shooting two.
There still is enough time for Houston because of their ability to shoot the three. So once again, the free throws become so important.
And Mashburn, who struggled early on, has hit his last three at the foul line. Mash is 6 out of 10 free throwing tonight. 29 points. 46.4 left. Mashburn gets another.
You see, it's still 2 possessions for Houston, and they have time to do that. That's why that free throw is so important. That would make a 3rd possession.
And there's one. So it's a 7-point lead. Cassell to Smith.
No foul, 3-point shooters now.
Drexler over Lorenzo Williams. Wow. Clyde Drexler for 3.
I'll tell you, Drexler's amazing.
And a foul on Ori gives him his 5th.
Clyde Drexler deep up against the sideline, goes down after that shot.
Up against the sideline and over Lorenzo Williams.
I know, and Williams was close on the foul there. That's why you want to be real careful not to foul. And 3-point shooter.
Mashburn back to the free throw line. Hits on the first of 2. 31 for Mashburn. 12 of them in the 4th. Rebound to Ori. 30 seconds left. Up court pass deflected, but Ellie gets it and shoots the 3. Ellie nails his first of the game. It's a 2-point lead for Dallas with 27.9 remaining. Popeye Jones to Kidd. And a foul has been called on Cassell that puts Popeye Jones on the line.
Well, once more, it's an indication that you never know. You don't have it in the win column until you do all the things you have to do. And this time it's Mario Ellie, Jim.
Popeye Jones has made his only free throw attempt of the game. He's got 7. 25.5 left. Popeye shoots in the silencer with that first one. Pete Chilcutt coming back in for the Rockets.
And that's a substitution by Rudy Tomjanovich, substituting to the situation. He wants the 3-point shooter in the game.
Well, that's because Rudy T has no more timeouts left, and he can't take a timeout to substitute. Popeye Jones hits them both. 2 clutch free throws. The Mavericks by 4. Kenny Smith up court. It's Drexler. His 3. Nope. And the ball is saved off of Williams by Horry, out of bounds to Houston.
Robert Horry with the play. Knocking the ball off of Williams, it looked like.
17 seconds left. Drexler to Smith. Smith over Mashburn. 4-3. The Mavericks by 1. 14 seconds left. And another foul called on Kenny Smith. Houston has to take the fouls, remember, because they don't have the timeouts. I believe Jason Kidd is on the line to shoot, too.
Yeah, you're correct on that one, Jim. It'll be Kidd stepping up to the line. 13.7 seconds on the clock. What a comeback by the Rockets. Give them a lot of credit. Displaying that three-point shooting ability.
Jason Kidd, 1 for 4 from the line tonight. 22 points in the game. And the Mavericks are back to the 2-point lead, but the best he can do is give them a 3-point advantage with 13.7 left. Kidd again. Dallas by 3.
Well, will they go for the 3 or the 2?
You got to go for it, I would think, although Drexler is fouled and the Mavericks are now over the limit.
That's what I was getting at there. Will the Mavericks allow them to get the 3, or will they commit the foul? They commit the foul. All they can get is 2 here. Drexler will go to the line. McLeod with the foul.
Clyde Drexler, an 82% free throw shooter who hasn't missed tonight. 10.2 for the game. It is 117-115 Dallas.
Houston with no timeouts. Mavericks need to get it inbounds.
Drexler brings them to within 1. And now Dallas taking time with 10.2 left. It's the Mavericks 117, the Rockets 116.
Next is Lake. Exceptional sheen. Oh, very good color. Prince. Hands. Oh, such stateliness, such majesty.
Larry. Larry.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The best of show? More?
Man, Brent Hill. Brent Hill drinks Sprite? Brent Hill drinks Sprite.
If you want to make it to the NBA, practice. If you want a refreshing drink, obey your thirst. Sprite.
Play the under the cap game, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning another Sprite. You can also win cool NBA stuff. Not too useful if you're thirsty. Handy if you plan on leaving the house.
Hey kids, be a part of the action with Team Mavs, the official fan club of the Mavericks. Join now and you'll receive your own Team Mavs member card, a Mavericks bumper sticker, the official Team Mavs t-shirt. You'll get special discounts at Foot Locker on selected Mavericks games and at the team shop stores. Call now 748-1808 or get a Team Mavs brochure at your local Foot Locker. Well, the Mavericks hanging on to a 1-point lead with 10.2 left. And they will have the ball when they come back out.
How about the finish by Houston in this one, Jim? They did a great job.
They made their 3-point field goals, and that's gotten them back into the game.
And, of course, the Mavericks, an even better job being behind by 12 points with a 1-point lead now.
Top by Jones to make the inbounds pass.
And they're going to move it to the 10-second line to make the inbounds pass.
Here we go with 10.2 left. Popeye looking to bring it in. He comes into Mashburn, knocked away. And Scott Brooks came up with a loose ball and was fouled. Scott Brooks on the line. Cassell called for the foul. Scott Brooks, an 80% free throw shooter, 2 for 2 free throwing tonight. And wouldn't it be something if Brooks puts the finishing touches on this game?
Scott Brooks acquired from the Houston Rockets for Moreland Wiley. Steps up to the line.
The fans hooted up. Brooks delivers and shoots in the silencer. Brooks with 5 points, 3 out of 3 from the foul line. And the Mavericks lead by 3. No timeouts, remember, for Houston. Here they come. Kenny Smith off to Ellie. Cassell for 3. It's a tie game. With 1.9 left, Dallas takes time. I would advise you not to go away. We'll be back.
Oh my gosh! Chill! Oh, he looks like a little person.
They're really not.
Look how smart he is.
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him.
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
What do the really beautiful people drink when they get thirsty? The same thing as the rest of us. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Play the Under the Cap game, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning another Sprite. You can also win cool NBA stuff. Not too useful if you're thirsty. Handy if you plan on leaving the house.
You want the NBA? We got it. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you another line. Action!
He runs, spins to the basket. Up and gone. What a move with a spin by the kid. Mashburn spins on Chapman to the basket. Up, gone. What a move for the Monster Mash. Dumas driving, slamming. Oh, what a play, Tony D. Don't miss an exciting moment. Maverick individual game tickets are on sale now. Call 939-2800.
The Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action!
You're watching KTVT, Channel 11, Fort Worth, Dallas.
The Houston Rockets have hit 4 3-point field goals down the stretch tonight. They are 11 for 27 from three-point land in the game. And they knock one out there to tie it up at 119 with 1.9 remaining. Popeye Jones looking to make the inbound. Underneath the kid, tipped away. And this game goes to overtime. The Mavericks, who are 4-2 in overtime games this season, will have to go another 5-minute session in trying to get their upset win here in Houston. We'll be back with the overtime period after these messages.
All right.
Go back in the Summit in Houston. The Mavericks going to overtime against a Houston team which is playing its first overtime game of the year. As you see, the Mavericks have been there before 6 times, and they've won 4 of them. Mashburn against Ellie. Chilcutt comes over. McLeod for 3. Yep. George McLeod giving the Mavericks their 12th three-pointer tonight in 22 tries. And Dallas up by 3.
Boy, did Houston bleed that clock. I mean, they got everything out of that they could possibly get.
Yeah, they went a long way without any timeouts down the stretch. Drexler dumps it off to Horry, and a foul called on Mashburn. Robert Horry shoots 2.
Doesn't matter how long you're around this great game of basketball, especially at the NBA level, you can always expect excitement. That was Drexler that time, getting it over to Horry. You won't see any more of an exciting finish that didn't really finish in the last couple minutes of that second half.
For Robert Horry, that's his first free throw attempt tonight.
And you know, the Mavericks did a lot of good things.
Oh, yeah.
Houston just hit the threes. What can you say? And it wasn't just one guy.
They did. They spread it around very well. 2 free throws by Horry makes it a 1-point game. Overtime in the Summit.
It takes on a little bit of a playoff type look with a half-court game now as compared with the full court. Oh, what a pass!
Kidd to Jones, and Popeye with a follow not there. Lorenzo missed his tip try. Houston back looking for the lead.
Mavericks had a couple of good looks. They had some good shots that time.
Out front, it's Chilcutt for three. It's raining threes in Houston. We've had 24 of them made in this game, 12 each way. Ellie with almost a steal, but gets hit with a foul instead.
Well, you have to be so careful with Ellie around. Every time you pass the ball, he's always anticipating the steal.
That's his fifth.
I'd love to see him foul out of this ball game.
Jason Kidd gives it up to McLeod. It's Houston by 2 with 3:40 left in the overtime. Mashburn around Ellie. Nope. Tip try not there. Popeye Jones. Loose ball rebound to Smith. Rockets come out with it. Lorenzo Williams is down near midcourt. He appears to be injured. Chucky Brown is fouled going in.
Jason Kidd wanted a jump ball. He thought he had all ball that time.
Mavericks number 5, Jason Kidd. That's his third.
Lorenzo Williams is up and apparently okay. He was holding his wrist.
Houston in transition that time. They get it over to Chucky Brown.
He's a 62% free throw shooter who is 1 for 3 in this game. $16 points tonight.
Popeye Jones, Lorenzo Williams must step across right now. Be sure that they block out Smith and Chilcutt.
Here's an interesting statistic. I talked about these two teams have combined for 24 three-point field goals. They are a combined 12 in a row. Dallas has hit 7, and Houston has hit its last 5.
Without a miss?
Yes. Mashburn over Ellie for 3, and there's the miss, but the rebound to Kidd. Now McLeod comes up shooting. George McLeod nails another clutch shot. The Mavericks hanging right in this game, down by 2.
It's amazing. The Mavericks 7 consecutive threes and Houston 5.
Not now. The Mavericks have missed one. Here's Brown inside, got it blocked from behind, and a loose ball foul called. Chucky Brown was fouled by Popeye Jones.
Great hustle by Popeye Jones.
That's the third team foul on the Mavericks in the overtime. Houston has it in play. Ellie going to the basket. A bouncer out to Smith, who shoots a 2 on Kidd. Kenny Smith giving Houston the 4-point lead.
Unbelievable outside shooting.
Late in the game, you're not supposed to have your legs, are you? Here's Kidd off to McLeod. McLeod steps up. McLeod gets smothered and draws the foul. In the act of shooting, George McLeod to the line. Chucky Brown called for the foul.
McLeod knew it was coming. He knew he was going to get hammered getting inside like that. You look at Chucky Brown. McLeod on the dribble penetration, gets inside. Brown goes up, gets called for the foul. Chilcutt was also there.
Big scoring night tonight for George McLeod. He's hit his last 3 free throws. McLeod in the game with 22 points. He's shooting for his season high with this one. Yep. 23 points for McLeod.
How about a stop, my friend?
It's a 2-point lead for Houston. Smith finding Drexler. Drexler makes the drive. Oh, a spectacular play by Drexler and a foul.
He is so good at that, you must make him go left. You cannot allow him to work to that right hand because when he gets up, you can't get it. He extends that arm beautifully. You got a good look at it there on the replay.
Drexler nails the free throw. What a night for Drexler. 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists, so he is flirting with a triple-double. 5-point lead for Houston. A little over 2 minutes left in the overtime. McLeod over Drexler. Nothing short. And the rebound to Chilcutt. And now Kenny Smith drops it up. Drexler with 10 on the shot clock. Checked by McLeod. 6 to shoot. Mario Ellie fakes on Mashburn. Steps up and fires, and Ellie nails another long-range shot. 1:41 left to go in this overtime. A timeout taken. The Houston Rockets are up by 7, but don't go away. This one may not be over yet.
Michael Jordan. To find what you desire requires a great effort. You look thirsty. Gatorade?
Thanks. How come?
I know why you have come. You wish to know the meaning of life.
And?
Life is a sport. Drink it up.
That's what I figured.
Quick, what's the best-selling compact in the U.S.? It has a standard 150 horsepower engine. It's over 2,000 less than Nissan Altima. Nearly 5,000 less than Toyota Camry. Maybe this will help. It's the Pontiac Grand Am. And right now you can drive away with a new Pontiac Grand Am for only $199 a month. So look out for number 1 and head to your North Texas Pontiac dealer for your new Grand Am.
We got driving excitement, Pontiac.
What do the NBA's great players have in common? They all went to basketball camp to learn how to play the game. Go to NBA basketball camp with the Dallas Mavericks next summer and learn how to play the game with the best. Get in on the action at Dallas Mavericks NBA basketball camps, coming the summer of '95 to a gym near you. For information and a brochure, call the Dallas Mavericks at 214-653-0241.
Action!
Should Houston win this game, this would be one of the most remarkable double turnarounds of the year. The Mavericks rallied from 12 down in the 4th to take the lead as we revisit the Pontiac key matchup. That's a pretty good matchup.
Well, Drexler, as you can see, 1 assist away from a triple-double, and George McLeod has had a really nice second half. If you remember, he was behind Drexler at halftime when we looked at this Pontiac key matchup. McLeod has played well.
Don't forget, the Mavericks have also shot it well from three-point range tonight. That's Smith who broke it up and made the steal and is going coast to coast.
And they read that play very well, Houston did.
Kenny Smith with 24 points. Mashburn gets to the basket to score. It's almost like the Rockets will give you the 2.
Well, and that's what you want to do rather than to allow your opponent to shoot the 3.
1:13 left and a foul called. It's on Jason Kidd. 4 fouls on Kidd.
What? I think Jason's a little puzzled by that one.
It puts Smith on the free throw line. Kenny Smith, 88% free throw shooter. 4 for 4 for Kenny Smith from the foul line, all in the first half tonight.
Not the guy you want at the line.
You realize Kenny Smith, a good shooter, right? You think of him as a guy who can score.
Oh, yes.
His season high this year is only 26. He's shooting for a season high right now to tie his best of 26.
Dick Motta makes that substitution. Scott Brooks into the ball game for offense. Williams out of the ball game right now.
Smith makes it 137-128.
I'll tell you, the big basket in the overtime was the drive to the basket by Clyde Drexler and the conversion of the free throw for the three-point play.
Mashburn is fouled out on the court. Houston had a foul to take. Chucky Brown with the foul. 1:10 for the overtime. 9-point lead for the Rockets. Sacramento has an early lead in its game at the Clippers. Here's Mashburn over the top on the 3 try, and so with 63 seconds left, the Mavericks are dangerously close to losing their 42nd game of the year. Losses so important now down the stretch in contending for that last playoff spot. You can never get those back. If you still got them to play, possibly win them. Mashburn picking up that foul. That's 5 on him.
And a Maverick team right now beginning to look very, very disappointed.
Things looked extremely bright for them with about a minute to play. Houston was
They were up 8.
unreal. Houston unreal with committing the foul, stopping the clock,
and hitting the threes.
And that's what you do. That's why an NBA game is never over. Drexler hit big shots. Smith hit big shots. Cassell hit big shots. Ellie hit big shots. Chucky Brown and Chilcutt. They were all involved.
139 points scored by the Rockets tonight. Kidd nails another 3. Jason Kidd just having a tremendous shooting night.
Almost had the steal.
Here's Smith with 50 seconds left, and Smith is fouled by Scott Brooks.
Mavericks doing right now what Houston had to do at the end of regulation. Stop the clock. Hope to get the threes.
And Kenny Smith, if he hits one of these free throws, it will be the most points scored against the Mavericks this season in a game. So it's 139 right now. 49.6 left. Loose ball to Mashburn. Mashburn drives Drexler. And a foul.
You certainly don't want to commit that foul. Mashburn gets the basket and gets to go to the line. This thing's not over yet.
That's right. 35 points tonight for Jamal Mashburn. If he drops the free throw, it's a 5-point game.
And you foul on the inbounds pass. You have no choice. You'd like not to foul Kenny Smith, but if the ball goes to him, you got to foul whoever gets the ball. You can't allow him.
Oh, he shot for the miss. Popeye Jones comes down, deflects to Mashburn. He launches the 3. Brimming no. Tipped away by Kidd to McLeod. Out to Mashburn. Now to McLeod. Another 3 try. Short. Ball tipped in the air. McLeod trying to save, and it is out of bounds. Which way?
Mavericks going to get it back.
Yeah, apparently so. With 30.4 left and a new 24.
Holy cow.
It is 139-133, 6-point game. Jason Kidd into Brooks. Brooks with a fake, steps up, and he is called for it's a kick ball apparently by Kenny Smith. So a new 24 now with 28.3 left.
No, we're going to shoot.
Oh, it is. All right. The official motioned at his leg like he was calling a kick ball. I guess he kicked him. He kicked Scott Brooks. Big free throws here for Brooks. 4 for 4 tonight.
Mavericks need to foul on the inbounds play. Stop the clock immediately. Don't allow Houston to go deep. Don't let them throw that long pass.
5-point game. Robert Horry looking to make the inbounds pass. Comes into Drexler. McLeod almost a steal. Horry gives up and Kidd a steal. Shoots a 3.
Holy cow!
Jason Kidd nails a 3. And it's now a 2-point game, and the Mavericks take their foul on that inbound.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, Jason Kidd
got 30.
Jason Kidd with the anticipation, the steal, gets it back, always alert, making crucial plays in late game situations. I think Dick Motto's going to take a timeout. No, he wants him to be sure to grab the ball.
And it's Drexler on the free throw line. 10 straight from the foul line tonight. Houston by 3 with 21.6 left in overtime. Jason Kidd has equaled his season and career best with 30. Drexler puts Houston up by 4. And now the Mavericks take their timeout with 21.6 left. 141-137 Rockets.
Anticipation this time. The ball will be coming across to his side of the floor. Now watch him anticipate and get in the passing lane, make the steal, and hit a three-point shot. What a play late in the game. Takes it right away from Kenny Smith. Rises right now, knows the situation. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
7 3-pointers for Kidd tonight. That ties the Mavericks record, which was tied the other night by Lucius Harris. And Kidd has hit his last 5 from 3-point range. Here we go with 21.6 left in the overtime. Popeye Jones gets it in play to Mashburn, but took the timeout beforehand to avoid the 5-second count.
Houston doing a very good job preventing that inbounds pass. They've done that several times in late game situations. They did it at the end of regulation, forcing the Mavericks to take a couple timeouts. They've done it here again in the overtime. They anticipate very well, and I might also say they're very well prepared for that sideline out of bounds that the Mavericks want to run.
On Sunday at 8:30 in the Great Western Forum, the Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers in our final telecast of the regular season here on Channel 11. And if that one's like this one, you're going to want to watch it.
Yeah, you can have a wonderful Easter Sunday with your family and then settle in the evening hours and watch the Mavericks play the Lakers and expect that the Lakers will be ready for the Mavericks. Remember how well the Mavericks played against the Lakers in Reunion Arena with a very impressive victory.
The Mavericks have scored 137 points in this game, and that's a season best for them. And the 141 scored by Houston is the most scored by an opponent against the Mavericks this season. And is the most the Rockets have scored in a game this year as well.
Be interesting to see right now if Dick Motta makes any change in that out-of-bounds play, anticipating that Houston is anticipating what it is the Mavericks want to do. I expect that you'll see a bit of an adjustment in that out-of-bounds play. That's very important right there.
What's wrong with that picture?
Mavericks without timeouts, that does not normally happen.
And the Rockets, who were without timeouts late in regulation, still with 3 with 21.6 left in the overtime.
What that means from a coaching standpoint is you have to cover every situation in this last timeout. You know, what happens if we score? What happens if we don't score? There's a lot to be said.
And you have to get it in bounds. Popeye Jones brings it in to Brooks. Brooks off the move. Fakes inside. A pitch out to McLeod. His 3-try is short. And the ball out of bounds with 11.9 left. It stays at this end. The Mavericks have it. You know, the people that went home early tonight,
some of the people
that
left here early, they're already in bed.
Here's Mashburn. Nope, tip try good. Popeye Jones.
Great effort by Popeye.
2-point game, 8.5 left. Now Horry is fouled immediately. Robert Horry to the line where he is a 74% free throw shooter.
Plenty of time to get it down the floor.
No timeouts, though, for the Mavericks, so they would have to work at the length of the court. Horry with 14 points tonight, hit his only 2 free throw attempts.
Robert Horry to the line, 1 plus the penalty.
7.3 left in the overtime. It was tied at 119 at the end of regulation. Horry gives Houston a 3-point lead. This game had 2 major swings in the fourth. The Mavericks came from 12 down to go up by 8 at 111-103. A barrage of 3-point field goals got the Rockets even at 119. Horry went over the foul line trying to get his own miss. So Dallas has it, trailing by just 3 with 7.3 left in the overtime. Mavericks with the ball from 3-quarter court. Here's Kidd. Jason Kidd, 4-3. The game tied at 142 with 2.5 seconds left, and Houston takes time. The comeback kids are at it again. 2.5 seconds left in the overtime. It's 142-142. Mavericks down by 3. It's Jason Kidd looking for the 3 to tie and finding it to set a new Mavericks record of 8 3-point field goals in a game.
How many people do you think would have thought that Jason Kidd this year would break the record for 3-pointers in a game? Earlier in the year, there's no way people felt that way.
His 33 is a new season in career high. Ori to throw in with 2.5 seconds left. He comes into Drexler. Drexler gets it away in time. We go to double overtime in the Summit. This is the kind of game that you hope never ends. Houston and Dallas tied at 142 after the first overtime.
Houston could ever come back in regulation, and I know that Houston didn't think the Mavericks could come back in that overtime and win it. And I mean, if we don't have everybody in that great, wonderful Dallas Metroplex watching this one, they're missing a sight for sore eyes.
And not only come back, but come from 9 down with 1 minute left. The Mavericks were down 138-129 with 1 minute left in the overtime. So here we go to overtime number 2. The Mavericks are 1-1 in double OT this year. They lost on the road at Sacramento, and they won at Cleveland.
I'll tell you what, Dick Motta's fat lady never gets a chance to sing in this game.
The ball knocked out of bounds, and the Mavericks keep it. Popeye Jones to make the inbounds pass.
Be smart, but be aggressive. Don't be hesitant.
Mashburn against Ellie.
Oh!
Tip tried out there. Loose ball, Ellie. And Ellie slows it down.
Jones and Williams actually fought one another off for that rebound. They were both there making the effort.
Ellie off the drive, in underneath. Missed on the reverse. Lorenzo Williams takes it out, gives to Kidd. Jason Kidd coming down on the burn. Oh, what a change of direction drive, but unable to score, and Smith has it.
Well, I like the aggressiveness, though.
Wide Drexler. Ellie. Underneath Chucky Brown. Nope. Tip not there. Chilcutt. And it's Kidd again. This time to Mashburn, and Jamal with the reverse move gets the Mavericks in front here early in the second overtime.
That's a tough shot. Did he make a tough shot?
37 points for Mashburn. Mario Ellie works around Chilcutt's screen. Off the lead in, the bank is missed. Williams a rebound. Here comes Kidd on the drive all the way. Lefty finish no good, and Drexler coming back the other way for Houston.
Gotta have that finish. He was there.
Mario Ellie steps into the lane. Drops the ball for Smith. Drexler with 3:20 left in the second overtime. Now a 3-try by Smith, and Houston has the lead.
Great penetration by Drexler. He was able to draw the defense and then pitch it out to Kenny Smith.
Timeout taken by the Mavericks with 3:08 left to go in the second overtime. Houston in front by 145-144.
Michael.
1 minute left in the first overtime tonight. The Mavericks were down 9. How do you beat that? You score 14 points in a minute.
14 points the Mavericks scored in 1 minute at the end of the first overtime.
After Houston put on a similar performance at the end of regulation to tie the game at 119. Remember, the Rockets were down 111-103 with about a minute left in regulation.
And you would think that you would never see anything to top what the Rockets did.
That's exactly the way this game has been played. Can you top this? McLeod, and the pass knocked out of bounds by Ellie, intended for Mashburn. 13 on the shot clock. 3:04 left in the second overtime. Houston a 1-point lead. Mashburn, Ellie out on him. 5 on the clock. Mashburn with a turnaround. Nope. And the ball out of bounds. It stays at this end. The Mavericks keep it.
You'll see those shots start to come up a little bit short. People have to be tired out there.
That's what we thought at the end of the first overtime.
Yes, that's right.
Those three-pointers just kept raining in. Making the drive is McLeod. Oh, what a tough drive by McLeod. He went down. George McLeod has a new career high with that basket, and the Mavericks have the 1-point lead.
How did he make it? An impossible shot by McLeod.
25 points tonight for him. Chilcutt connecting. Houston back up by 1. Who's going to blink first? 2:23 for the game. Well, 2:23 for the second overtime.
I'll tell you what, they ought to charge people to get out of here. Not only charge them to get in, they ought to charge them to get out.
That's Mashburn giving the Mavericks the 1-point lead. Jamal with 39.
That's a good exchange on the baseline by the Mavericks. Very good execution and good patience.
And that pass was made by Kidd. He's got another triple-double tonight. Drexler missing. Houston now looking at the Mavericks with a chance for Dallas to extend on the lead with 1:52 left in the second OT. Mashburn backing in, leaves it for Kidd. Back into Mashburn on the turnaround. Rimming, no. The rebound to Popeye Jones. Out of bounds, knocked out by Houston. 23 on the shot clock as the Mavericks will come in.
Jason Kidd did a great job of reposting the ball. Mashburn was trying to get the one-on-one move. He gave it out to Kidd. Kidd reposted the ball immediately back into Mashburn.
Both Kidd and Drexler have recorded triple-doubles in this game. Popeye Jones into Kidd.
Kidd's got 3 triple-doubles in like 8 or 9 days.
It's pretty good. Kidd guarded by Smith. 14 to shoot. McLeod comes up shooting. Rimming, no. The rebound corralled by Williams. The Mavericks get another attempt with 1:29 left in the, making it 1:22 left in the second overtime. Mashburn gets the basket and draws the foul. But he went down hard.
It looked like he may have hit his head on the floor when he did go down. We don't know, but another impossible shot. Mashburn's up, appears to be okay. We're told right now that it may have been his tailbone when he went down. Let's see if we can see it right here. He gets inside, an impossible shot he makes.
What a night. Mashburn with 41 points. The Mavericks lead by 3. The Mavericks have scored more points in this game than any other time in team history, with 150 up there on the board. Jason Kidd has set a team record with 8 3-point field goals, and for good measure, Mashburn converts on the 3-point play. Timeout, Houston. 1:21 left for the second overtime, and it's the Mavericks by 4. Triple doubles so far in the game. Drexler 29 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and Kidd with 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. For Jason Kidd, his 3rd triple-double in about a week. And Drexler, of course, the NBA Player of the Week this past week. Houston the ball. The Mavericks lead it by 4. 1:21 left in overtime number 2. Ori finally gets it in play to Drexler. Now to Ori. Kenny Smith finding Ori, guarded by Kidd. Ori left the 3 short, and the ball out of bounds to the Mavericks with 1:10 left.
Hey, Jim, they missed a 3-pointer that time.
And missed it badly.
Yes, they did.
So maybe those legs are giving way. Here's Kidd.
Now he's going to run a little bit of clock, Jason Kidd is. You want to keep it out of the corner. You're vulnerable down there.
A minute left to go. Outside, it's McLeod. Kidd with 10 on the shot clock. 54 seconds left. Kidd driving on Smith. Off the glass. Rimming, no, but a foul called, and Jason Kidd shoots to Kenny Smith. Has his 5th foul.
Well, that one almost went down for Jason Kidd. Kidd doing a good job taking care of the ball. Gets down the middle.
For Smith, that's his 6th personal. Kenny Smith is fouled out as Sam Cassell returns.
Tell you what, there are a lot of people in this game that deserve a round of applause on both teams.
Smith had a season-high 29 points tonight. He had 5 3-point field goals. Kidd 1-2 at the free throw line. The Rockets take time. 49.4 left. The lead for the Mavericks is 5. Is it safe? Maybe not. We'll be back. It's been a night for overtimes in the NBA. 2 other games were played that went to 1 overtime. This one, of course, in its 2nd overtime. The Mavericks with a 5-point lead and 49.4 left. Atlanta beat Philadelphia in overtime tonight. Milwaukee beat Detroit in overtime. The San Antonio 15-game winning streak is history. Portland won there by 20. Well, have the Rockets got it left in them? Cassell. Drexler for three. Popeye Jones the rebound with 40 seconds left. Kidd trying to dribble free. Jason Kidd winding clock, 32 seconds. And on his pass cross court, a foul call. Sam Cassell.
The Rockets chasing Kidd all over the floor that time, trying to get close enough to foul him. What Jason Kidd has done is to foul Kenny Smith out of this game and Cassell out of this game, which tells you just how active Kidd has been.
Tracy Murray returns, replacing Cassell. And Kidd hits the free throw.
It wouldn't be a bad idea right now for the Mavericks to extend their defense a little bit, because Houston is without a point guard. Drexler is the closest thing to a guard on the floor.
Kidd with 36, and the Mavericks now lead it by 7, 154-147. And a timeout taken with 32.5 left in the second OT. We're home a week from tonight with the Los Angeles Clippers in reunion. 939-2800. Plenty of tickets left for that game. Horry. And he turns the ball over. The Mavericks end up with it with 30 seconds left. Here's Scott Brooks coming back in.
Hey, JD, I'm really hesitant to say that things look good for the Mavericks. That's scary here tonight to ever feel that way.
We'll wait till there's no time left. So the Mavericks with a ball, a 7-point lead. The clock winding down here in the second overtime. It would appear that this time the lead is safe.
Houston is packing it in on this one.
Jason Kidd driving on Drexler for the dunk finish. Jason Kidd with an exclamation point to a record-breaking night for the Mavericks here in Houston as they get the victory in double OT. 6 seconds left. Scott Brooks takes it down. Who'd have thunk it? The Mavericks turn back the Houston Rockets in double overtime. 156-147. Jason Kidd with another triple-double. 38 points scored in the game for a career high. The Mavericks as a team scored more points tonight in this one than in any other game in franchise history. And they win for the 5th time this year in overtime. Now let's go to Bob Ortigal.
Thank you, Jim. Jason, do you realize that I have to look at this and add it up for crying out loud? 80 points, 16 rebounds, and 15 assists between you and Jamal tonight.
Well, I mean, at first I thought the game was over. The coach said in the huddle that it wasn't over, and Houston didn't give up. And then we got to do it ourselves. It was just a great game for the fans to watch. I think fans got their money's worth, and that's what basketball is all about.
You know that with 1 minute to play in the first overtime, the Mavericks scored 14 points in the final minute?
Well, hopefully that'll probably be a record, but again, I hope we don't have to do it sometime soon, because like Houston did it, and then we didn't give up, and we came. Tony Doones knocked down some big shots, and I mean, that's what we've been having this last couple of weeks, that people off the bench are coming in and scoring.
Do you feel like the experience you've had this year in terms of coming back on the road and winning games was a big part in your being able to come back from a 12-point deficit in regulation here tonight?
I think so. That's been our character all year, is not giving up. We did it in Denver, and we lost a close one in Seattle. So I think with all the close games we had early on, it's kind of showing right now.
Any of the Denver players respond at all verbally on the floor late in that ballgame? Do they have anything to say to you?
No, I think they just were disappointed that they gave up a big lead like that. But at the same time, we worked extremely hard, and we won the ball game.
How do you lose the lead like you did in regulation? Have them come back and tie it and regroup and do the same thing at the end of the first overtime. How'd you accomplish that?
I don't know. It was just lucky tonight. They knocked down some big three-pointers. They had all their three-pointers in. And for us, we knocked down some big shots, too. And the one at the end of where we tied it, that really was a big one. We didn't want Clyde to knock down a shot. We knew they were going to Clyde, and luckily he missed it.
Congratulations. It was a super performance.
Thanks a lot. I hope you didn't get tired.
No, I'm not tired. You go get some rest, my friend. I'll tell you what, folks, this was something else. Let's go back to JD.
Hey, Bob, tell him we'll go another 48 if he wants to, if it has the same result. Mavericks win a thriller in double overtime tonight, and we'll be back and recap it after these messages.